Sure.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I love how every time I say that, you always respond, and it's the first thing that's sure. Like it's always the first thing that gets through. It's just funny to me. Keep it up.
Well, that means that's like the official we're live.
Exactly. Sure.
Sure.
Sure. As in microphones, we are not sponsored, but we'll take them. Yeah. Yeah. So I was watching that game and just getting them all excited, and because it was an exciting game and trying to keep them entertained, talking hockey and everything. But it seemed like today was a good day too, like just hanging out at the house and doing their thing. I was jealous. They got breakfast burritos and coffee.
Oh man, I love breakfast burritos.
They're good breakfast burritos. Jam and I got them a while ago. Big old suckers. Like I was jealous. There's something about like a breakfast burrito when it's got eggs and like big potato in it. Oh, I'm a sucker. For
Yep.
that. Give me that burrito. Although, have you guys? I don't typically pitch like fast food stuff, but have you guys had any of Taco Bell's breakfast foods?
No.
I gotta say, it's pretty darn good. I've only had a couple of things, but they have like it's the Crunch Wrap, but it's a breakfast Crunch Wrap, and it's the hash brown cake or whatever you want to call it, with like steak and eggs. Oh, so damn good! Like I was enjoying that. And I'm like, if I'm traveling, it's breakfast time. I'll get coffee from McDonald's and a Crunch Wrap breakfast wrap from Taco Bell.
Okay.
McDonald's has some pretty good coffee.
I like Jack in the Box's breakfast burrito.
Oh, I've never had that. I forget that they've got breakfast.
Yeah, they have a really good breakfast burrito, and it's big for like you're thinking, oh, it's just like you expect like almost like a soft taco from Taco Bell size, but no, it's a hefty burrito.
Okay.
Best breakfast burrito I've ever had is in Monterey. Papa Chango's. My God.
I know the name, but I can't picture where that's at in Monterey.
Well, there's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't know if there is, there used to be two. Now there's only one.
Fremont Street.
Fremont is the
subway.
The OG, that one. But there also used to be a Papa Chango's right off of Cannery Row.
That might have been the one that I went to.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But the one on Fremont, fast food Fremont. Oh man. Right, that breakfast burrito, I cannot tell you how many times, especially when you had a little extra of the sauce the night before.
Good hangover
like,
food.
I'm gonna need a little soaky right now.
A little bit too much the night before.
I went a little hard.
Morning.
What?
Or that same morning.
I did not go to bed.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is about there. It was like a mix of everything. The tortillas, the way that they cook the eggs, I know that they would always grill it for like 2 minutes at the very end on each side to give it that nice little
grill
brown,
marks, bud.
Man.
And massive.
Yeah, the sausage was good, the bacon was good, just everything. I was like, God, you guys really know what you're doing. I think the tortillas what really made the deal though.
You gotta have like a good burrito size tortilla. And like I don't like when going to the store, most places it's like burrito size tortillas. I'm like, nah. This ain't big enough. This is not big enough for a burrito. I need a big tortilla to make myself a burrito. Like, come on. So I look for like the real big ones. I'm talking like 12-inch pizza, like big tortilla. Give me that. Yeah. All right, we are not waiting for our fourth man on campus. So, are you guys ready to hear that theme song and hop into it? Love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into Rush Hour, tonight's movie. I'm, of course, Matt, joined by Brian, a.k.a. White Knees. You could have just said Caucasian.
Oh, man. Is this a G14 classified pod tonight?
I think it might be. We'll have to consult our behind the scenes FBI guys.
Gotta check our guys.
Yep. Yeah.
Is it G14 classified?
Ooh, G16. It's up a couple of ranks.
Answer me.
Who do you work for? Nice. We also have Jen with Kiwi hiding just in the corner there. But how you doing, Jen? Great. No big bowl tonight. Just or haven't eaten. Already ate.
No, I had some like raisin bread and then peanut butter and jelly, just a classic.
Ooh, raisin bread with peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really good.
It is really good. You never had it?
No, weirdly enough, like with raisin breads and stuff, like I enjoy it, but it's not one that I'm ever like, oh, get the raisin bread. So like it's not typically a go-to for me. But we did get like the raisin bagels, like raisin. Whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so which I've had before and they're good, but like again, it's not a go-to for me. So
well, I get the Ezekiel brand bread, so it's not like it's like the sprouted whole wheat. It's very good.
Okay.
Very healthy, so it's a very good bread.
Nice. I can't remember what brand bread we get. It's like Dave's Killer Bread or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Every time we get it, Jamie goes, he was in jail, right? Like just the big jack dude who's like, he was in prison. That's how he learned to bake. I'm like, oh really? Thank you. Does me every time. But yeah. Oh, she hears me talking about, I love you. Just talking about the bread. Okay, she's ignoring me now.
And now you guys are fighting.
Yeah.
Pissed her off.
I was, yeah. No. I was talking about how every time we get Dave's bread, you always tell me about how he was in prison and learned to bake in jail. Yeah. She goes, I always tell you that? Oops. Love you. All right. That is the group as of right now. We should be joined later by Nicolas. Oh, wow. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Nick, a.k.a. Sweet and Sour Chicken Ass. All right. Well, he's setting up a little bit, so we'll give him a second to actually talk. But assuming he can hear, I will let him know that I do have his fun fact song ready to go. So we have our generic fun fact song to play should he not join us or he doesn't have anything to go. And I will tell you guys, it's short, sweet, and enjoyable. Yeah, we can hear you. Hi, welcome, Nick, Sweet and Sour Chicken Ass. Can you hear us? I cannot tell if like he's frozen or if he's just deep in thought and trying to figure out why his microphone's not working.
Are we good?
We can hear you.
He's frozen.
My internet's terrible again. Yay.
It's all right. It's as long as it's not just me all the time, then we're good. Oh, we lost him again. Yeah. Well, okay. I get the feeling that it's going to be him kind of in and out right now, getting this figured out. I don't know if he can hear us or not. So we can attempt to start doing initial thoughts and everything, but Jen, do you want to tell us why you picked this movie? Like I said, he might interrupt you midway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I chose to do Rush Hour because I've been waiting for this movie to pop up on the streaming.
Okay.
It is to me, I think it's such a fun movie. I don't want to go on a tangent yet where it's not my turn, but I chose it because I thought it would be something really fun and a fun throwback to bring into the future.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I always like when you have a bit more to your reasoning other than just like, I don't know, I turned on Netflix and it was there. But you were waiting for this one. How long you been waiting?
A long time.
Since the beginning of time, I have waited.
How long have we been going? No, like I know we mentioned Rush Hour a couple times in like our other podcast, so that was like the seed plant, and then I've just been waiting for it since then. It's been like probably over a year though, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been going for a while now.
Proud of us.
Same. Okay. Well, Brian, you were me for initial thoughts. You wanna?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I feel like you always go first, and especially when it's like around. So I'll go first. This is not a first time watch for me. I have seen this movie many a times. So having this movie picked is never going to be a disappointment to me. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy this every time I watch it. It is a lot of fun. And I will say it's been a while since I've watched the original Rush Hour. I remember probably the most recent times that I've seen these movies, it's been on TV, and it's usually like Rush Hour 2 or Rush Hour 3, usually one of the sequels or something. So it's been a while since I've actually watched the first one, and it holds up. This movie is so much fun. I always enjoy it. I was laughing so hard, and I think what was one of the best parts about this watch for me, besides just laughing my ass off and enjoying everything, was Jamie had not seen this movie before, so this was a first time watch for her. Yeah, and no, it blew my mind too. And I'm like, you never seen surprising. But what was even better was when I told her what movie it was and kind of explained like it's an action comedy, and she was like, okay, like I'm not really in the mood, whatever, but I'll sit there and watch it with you. And then we're sitting there, and she's engaging, she's laughing, she's getting involved. I'm like, yeah, you like this movie, don't you? It's fun. She's like, I think she enjoyed watching it. I think she enjoyed the movie too. So I enjoyed having somebody's like first time experience, having seen it a billion times myself. I'm like, I know everything that's gonna happen, but she's like kind of seeing it all go down, and so that was a lot of fun. Extremely quotable movie. I mean, so much so that they reuse the same jokes throughout the whole series, and they still work. Like this is a really good movie. The action is fun. The dialogue is great, and Jackie and Chris Tucker together are just an incredible duo. Like they are so great together. They are so fun. I absolutely love this. The story itself, I think, is pretty solid. It's not over the top with anything, but like this is a solid action comedy. And again, I think the power of these two as a duo is just incredible. Put them together in a room, just let them talk. I'll be fine. I'll be laughing, and it'll be a great time. So yeah, really enjoyed this movie. I kind of fought myself a little bit on the score here of like how high to really go with it. I can't call it a perfect movie, but I will say I really, really love it. I really enjoy it. I own them. So I gave it a 4.45. I hit those double decimals, Nick, just hoping you don't go that route.
You almost struck again.
That second decimal point saved me from being stuck with you. It's worth it. It's worth it. And that's why I have to throw in like the 8s and the 7s, like those random decimals too. Stay away from me.
Because you know I won't say them.
Stay away. Yeah, stay away from me. But Brian, Nick, did either of you want to go next? Like, first off, welcome, Nick. Glad to have you, and you're sounding good. You're working.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to kind of.
Yeah, as he glitches real.
Yeah,
fast.
I had some technical issues. Should be fixed now.
Yeah. But wait, yep. I'm saying it's up to you guys who goes.
I'll go.
For it.
Yeah.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go.
Brian's about to destroy this movie. Then
so Rush Hour.
Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
What was that?
I said Brian's about to destroy this movie. He's gonna hate it.
So Rush Hour, this one, I can't remember the last time I've watched it. I think maybe I've watched this on TV way back in the day. Like saw parts of it, but never watched it entirely all the way through. So I would consider this my first watch. Um, but I've definitely heard about this movie. I've heard the jokes. I've always known about the Jackie Chan Chris Tucker duo in the Rush Hour films. Like it's a pop culture, you know, thing for sure. Um, but yeah, first watch, I really enjoyed this one, and knowing Chris Tucker's acting style and comedic style, I fully I expected um, like nothing less from what I got in this movie. Um, the comedic timing is great. The dialogue is great. The writing is great. The delivery, it's just it all works so well, um, and it just adds so much to already this already kind of regular action uh, story, and it just a good blend of the two together. So lots of laughs. I actually took a lot of notes on this one because I wrote down stuff that I was laughing a lot, which it's very rare these days. I do that. Lots of great
Laugh or take
quotes.
notes.
Yeah, it's shocking. Um, but well, I just don't take notes. I'm just not that kind of guy.
No. I asked if you laugh. Like you said, I very rarely do that nowadays. And my question to you was laugh or take notes, and you're like, yeah. I'm like, still that doesn't answer.
Sorry, sorry. I think you meant like, did you take notes? And I said, yeah, yeah. No, I would laugh and then pause and then write down my note and then like replay and then like I did that a lot of times.
Okay.
I probably added like 10 minutes of watch time to this movie because of that.
He laughs plenty. He laughs plenty. He doesn't write notes. Thank you. He doesn't write notes, but he's been laughing. He's not a sad man. There is joy in his life.
I'm so glad this is recording.
I got you.
I thought it made it clear that I was laughing and taking notes.
But he was asking, because you said you don't do that often, he was asking if you're not laughing often these days or if you're not taking notes often.
Yeah, I was like, do we need to have
got it. Okay. I didn't catch that. I think you just meant like you don't take notes a lot. But yeah, yes. I got it.
Friend zone date or something.
Really making this awkward moment more awkward. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I wrote down a lot of quotes because yeah, a heavily quotable movie for sure. But overall, yeah, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. So Matt, you were good thinking on your decimal there because we would have been at it again.
Get out of my head.
Get out of my head.
Oh man.
All right. So Rush Hour is no stranger to me at all. I have seen this movie so many times to the point where I haven't even watched it in a really long time. And the minute I'm firing it up, I'm over here like mouthing the lines before they're even coming out. I'm like, oh wow, this is really engraved in my head. Got it. I remember watching, I mean, it came out when I was 11 years old. I remember going to the movie theaters for this one. It just, I watched this movie and it brings me right into a certain time of my life that it's just like that type of movie. It's always been fun. It always is. I own all three of them on DVD. They are in part of the binder. Um, the binder collection, and I mean you guys have already said most of it. The Jackie Chan Chris Tucker duo is incredible. I do remember vividly when I was younger, thinking when they announced that Rush Hour was going to be made, I remember thinking, wait a sec, you guys are going to pair Chris Tucker, who's like the fast mouth just incredibly rambling, talking actor comedian with Jackie Chan. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna work out, and I just remember being very curious about that. And we already know the results. So, to what it turned into a trilogy, and their bond is incredible, and yeah. But overall, though, it's such a it's a fun movie. You can't hate on Jackie Chan's stunts that he's bringing in this one, and I think it's what we all look forward to in any Jackie Chan movie. And then you've got Chris Tucker's wit and banter, and combine it together. It just they pulled off a really good movie. And once again, I think I've said this a couple times. You're pairing it with one of my favorite style movies, which is the buddy cop movie. And it was just like a buddy cop with, we're gonna twist it a little bit, but overall it worked perfectly. And I'm giving this one a 4.2.
All right.
I love that. So yeah, that was another reason I picked this movie. Nothing but fun. It's just a fun movie. It's very enjoyable. It's hilarious. And this is not my first watch by any means, but it has been a while. Nick, before your internet was working, I mentioned like I waited a long time for this movie to hit streaming for me to pick it, like at least a year, I want to say. So I'm very happy that it's doing its job and we all had fun watching it, and I look forward to talking about it. But my rating is, I have to do it. I have to give it 10 out of 10. I just love it. I love it so much. It's just fun.
I don't blame you, Jen. I do. I love this movie too. I was so happy watching this.
Mm-hmm. It just brings back just good times. It's just happy memories.
I don't think a smile left my face after I hit play.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a great intro. Nick, do you happen to have a fun fact song for this, or shall I be playing the new one?
I don't. We're going to premiere my fun fact jingle.
Yes, we are. All right. Well, without further ado, let's hit that button.
Fun facts, fun facts. Sit your butt down, cause Brian's in town. Fun facts, fun facts. Here we go now, so let's talk about fun facts.
I love the applause out
Such a simple jingle. Love it.
It's perfect. I like it a lot. Well done, Nick. I look forward to playing that whenever you fail to come up with a new time with your family or something, whatever those stupid things are where you don't want to be with us. But great job, man. I like it a lot.
Thank you. My only thing is maybe raise the volume up a little bit. It's a little quiet, but that's okay.
Yeah. Next time. You want to play it again? Okay.
Fun facts, fun facts. Sit your butt down, cause Brian's in town. Fun facts, fun facts. Here we go now, so let's talk about fun facts.
Yeah, that's a bop.
Again.
All right, we're not talking anymore. We're just going to keep playing the fun fact song.
From the time.
I feel like when I'll just start singing at work, I'm like, fun fact.
It's super catchy.
It's going to get stuck in my head. I can feel it.
It's really good stuck in my head. I need to learn the words.
All right, friends. It is February 17th, 2025, as we are recording this live on YouTube. And you can catch Rush Hour streaming on Netflix. And don't quote me, but I believe the trilogy is on Netflix.
I think it is, yes.
I think it is.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can revisit all three of them.
We might.
Rush Hour came out in 1998, and it was directed by Brett Ratner.
Which, screw that guy, apparently.
What?
We were killing time reading what is it called? LinkedIn? No, what's the thing?
Letterboxd
Reviews. And somebody's like, absolutely adore Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. They're the best, but screw Brad.
Oh, wow.
I was like, that sounds like an employee.
Yeah. Interesting. Where did that?
All
Do you
right,
know where that came from? Like, why the hostility?
No idea.
Okay.
But I don't. I mean, dude, Letterboxd has some cracked out reviews. Let
It
me
is-
tell you.
Ah,
It's hilarious.
I'm not trying to dig into the psyche on some people.
fair enough.
All right. So Brett Ratner, we'll go with this top 10. Starting off with number 10, New York, I Love You. Unfamiliar with that one.
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of his movies. Wow. Number 9 is Hercules.
The
The
Rock,
Rock.
version, yeah.
The
I never
Rock,
saw
yep.
that one.
Then you've got Tower Heist.
Never saw that one either.
That's with Ben Stiller.
Oh, that one.
Still haven't seen
Oh,
it.
I probably should have watched that one.
Yeah.
Then you got The Family Man.
That is a good one.
I haven't seen this one yet. Movie 43.
Awful.
Oh, I thought I saw that one.
I've heard it's
Awful.
terrible.
Awful.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of directors. It's a bunch of stories. Awful.
Cool.
Don't watch it. Don't.
And then 5 is Rush Hour 3.
Hey.
4 is Rush Hour 2.
Okay.
So stuck with the trilogy. I always respect a director who finishes the project.
Same.
Good job. Then you've got number 3, Red Dragon. That one's a good one.
That's the prequel to Silence of the Lambs, I think.
Correct. Yes.
I want to say there's actually another movie that came before Silence of the Lambs that's about Hannibal Lecter, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it's with this one has Edward Norton in it.
It's Edward Norton and is it Ralph Fiennes?
Yes.
Voldemort?
Yep. Exactly. And also Emily Watson.
Oh.
Not Emma Watson. Emily.
Oh, no. I gotcha.
And then number 2 is Rush Hour, and number 1 I have not seen is X-Men: The Last Stand.
Interesting. I think Rush Hour is better.
I'm just going in the order that
fair.
This is in. There are times where I'm like, I would rearrange this order in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah. Hey,
It's because it's a superhero movie. That's why.
probably.
No. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, the cast. Detective Lee, Jackie Chan, the man.
That needs to be his official title.
I mean, we've definitely done a couple of Jackie Chan movies that I can think of. Shanghai Noon. Haven't we done other ones?
That might be the only one actually.
Is that really it?
I think so.
That was recent too, right?
Yeah,
It was last summer.
I picked that one. But yeah, I don't think
you know
we
what? You might
actually
be
have.
right.
I'm just quickly scrolling
Oh
through
wait,
his
did we do
stuff.
Shanghai? No, we didn't do Shanghai Nights.
No.
I watched it
Yes. Proud of it.
because I was so curious. Yeah.
It's not as good as the
All right.
first one, but it's still fun.
Well, I mean, yeah, Jackie Chan. We just thank you so much for your stunts that you provide on screen, and the bloopers are even better. But
God, yes.
all right, then you've got Detective Carter, who is Chris Tucker. I'm going to pause for a little bit right now because I'm going to drop a hot take on you guys, and I'm curious where the temp of the room is. My personal opinion, Chris Tucker is a better police officer actor than Eddie Murphy. I was enjoying Chris Tucker so much as LAPD comedic performance, and I was comparing, and you had to compare it to Eddie Murphy as Beverly Hills Cop, and I think he did 48 Hours, and he's done a couple, and I'm like, I'm sorry, man, Tucker's got it. He's got you in the bag when it comes to comedic performances as an officer of the law. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I will say just comparing Beverly Hills Cop to Rush Hour, simply because like it's that whole LA police thing. I have to agree with you. I love Axel Foley, but it's definitely Eddie Murphy doing Eddie Murphy.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily feel like solid police kind of a thing. It's Eddie Murphy doing Eddie Murphy as a cop. But Tucker as the police officer and like the mouth. I mean, that's the best way to describe him. Like he is the mouth, the comedy. Like he's got all of that, and that's he shines. He absolutely does. I just completely agree with you as far as the whole smart mouth cop who's kind of the renegade. He shines brighter. I would guess that Tucker probably took some inspiration from Beverly Hills Cop, but
that's our
But at the same time, I mean, like it's very much him. I mean, that opening scene, which we'll get into later, that's exactly what I would like. I mean, compare the opening scene of Beverly Hills Cop to the opening scene of Rush Hour. It's similar vibes as far as what's going down, and Tucker, in my opinion, is far more entertaining. Especially when, you know, like you run into like the whole conversation between the cops, like again, very similar starts. Tucker's is funnier. It's yeah.
You can even extend it to where I think he might even be better than Lawrence and Smith as well. I really think he wears the crown on this one.
I won't go that far, only because Martin Lawrence and Will Smith together in Bad Boys is their own thing.
It is, yes.
Like it's not the same kind of thing. Like they're the renegade cops, but they're both kind of on that same level of renegade cop. Like they are very much partners. In Beverly Hills Cop and in Rush Hour, these guys are kind of the solo acts that find their way with partners.
Okay, that's a good argument.
Go ahead, Jen.
So my opinion is Chris Tucker is a lot better than Eddie Murphy, and this might be a hot take. I'm not the biggest fan of Eddie Murphy. His humor is very like in your face and loud, whereas Chris Tucker was just like brilliant with it. He's not too over the top, and he's definitely not boring. And he's clean about it. Like he had some side comments, but it was very like clean and enjoyable. Whereas I feel sometimes with Eddie Murphy, he's very crass and just annoying and not enjoyable. It's like, that's not even funny to me. Like some people might entirely disagree, but for me, Chris Tucker wins the best humor award out of the two.
Yeah, like I slightly agree, but like a little disagree too. I think both of them are themselves when they play the cop role. Like Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murphy when he's a cop, and Chris Tucker is Chris Tucker when he plays a cop. Like I feel like it's a little hard to compare because their styles are they're just different. Like they're really their own personal styles of acting. But like I agree with Jen. I think some of Eddie Murphy's roles in general can be way over the top, and that pulls away from the comedy. I think what Chris Tucker nails in his role is that he really keeps the comedy and the over the topness like in check. Like they're balanced. So I don't know if I would really compare the two. They each have their own style, but I would agree to that. I think Chris Tucker is just more entertaining as a cop.
Yeah, like some of the things I was laughing at the most were like the comments that Carter was saying, like kind of like under his breath.
Under his breath, yeah.
Those yes. Side comments, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the best. So like he just, I don't know, he just has a different humor that I enjoy.
Those were the moments I loved too, like those little under his breath, or kind of like just like those little responses. That's where I love Chris Tucker's, like his motor mouth, like the way that he reads his lines, the way that he does a scene, and that's what I think makes him better than Eddie Murphy. Where comparing to again Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie does a great job of being funny and stuff, but like when he's in those scenes where he's kind of having to like as a cop improv and do kind of things, like he does well. It's very much Eddie, but his level of I'm improving this scene to make something happen, it still feels scripted. Whereas every moment with Tucker, when it just kind of going off the cuff, or he's responding to somebody, or he's just the motor mouth, it feels like he's genuinely improving something. Like he's just like responding to the situation with this authentic reaction. There's examples I could call out, but like it's multiple times. When he's talking to his the corporal or whatever with the captain, he's talking to the captain when he answers the phone for the ransom, like all of those little moments when he's just like responding. That's where he shines, and it's great. So, the motor mouth. I'm telling you, like I feel like Chris Tucker could talk his way out of those situations, or he is talking himself out of those situations. Whereas it feels like with Eddie Murphy, he's like, I'm gonna keep going until I've talked myself out of the situation.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad we had that discussion. And to be honest, when I was watching it, it kind of took me by surprise. I was like, "Oh, shit, you're better." Like I had no like I didn't realize it until because I'd seen Rush Hour plenty of times, but I hadn't seen it for a really long time. And then revisiting, I'm like, "Oh damn, Tucker he's a much better LAPD officer, actor, whatever you want to call it." So. And I was just kind of curious what everyone else would have thought, and if it was as hot of a take as I thought. Yes, Jen.
I did have a discussion piece too.
Oh,
So
sure.
I think I want to do. Well, I think maybe after fun facts would be a good time to do it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll just throw it out whenever I feel like it.
It's your night, Jen.
There's only two more that I'm going to bring up, and then we'll bring it to the floor if anyone else has anyone that they want to mention. But very, very few scenes, but you can't not mention his name, Philip Baker Hall, who plays Captain Deal. And then the last one where he just has like I said when in the beginning, how like Rush Hour just makes me feel like a certain time in my life. His face just makes me feel like 90s. Like I know for a fact we are 90s if I see you, and that is Chris Penn. And Chris Penn is Clive, if you are unfamiliar with. You may not know his name, but in the 90s, guarantee you knew that face.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Yeah. There's I don't know his name in real life, and I don't know his character's name, but I know the quote, which is "Wipe yourself off, you're bleeding." That guy has always stood out to me. So when I was younger, he stood out to me, and even now watching it at this age, he stood out to me. I don't know who this guy. I've seen him in a couple other things, and then I'm like, "Oh, it's you wipe yourself off, you're bleeding," guy. Like that's how I know. That's the only way I know him. But he does.
Yeah, you picked him in Missing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was like, "Wipe yourself off," and I think I called him that. So
yes,
he does such a good job in this movie, and he really doesn't have a whole lot of lines, but like his presence is just very strong. And yeah, I have to shout that guy out. If someone can give me a name, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm happy to just say, "Wipe yourself off, you're bleeding."
Is it Jun Tao? Is that his character name?
No.
Jun Tao?
No, not Jun Tao.
His character's name is Sang.
Sang.
The actor's name is, and I'm gonna get his last name wrong, I'm sure. It's either Ken Lang or Ken Leung. I'm not sure how you say it. It's Leung.
Maybe it's Leung.
It could be Leung. I know I'm not saying his last name right. But this was one of the guys I wanted to shout out too, where he's an incredible henchman. And he, like you said, he has such a powerful presence. I mean, the fact that he's the only guy who's got like that bleach blonde hair, he stands out immediately, and he has that kind of intimidating presence throughout the entire movie. He is a fantastic henchman and just a great bad guy. And for the longest time, same thing. This is the only thing I ever associated him with, and it's only been like recently that I've been seeing him in more and more stuff where I'm like, I'm losing that kind of like immediate association to Rush Hour and just like recognizing him as like, oh, I love this guy, you know, like just seeing him in other things where he's not a bad guy, although he makes a great bad guy. So yeah, he hasn't been in a ton of stuff when I was looking at his credits, but he's been in some big things. So kudos to him, and I think he's still acting, he's putting in the work. But he's showing up in a lot more stuff, and like I said, it's causing me to kind of lose that immediate association to Rush Hour, although I think you're right. He will forever be the wipe yourself off, you're bleeding guy. I can hear him say it every time I look at his face.
Mm-hmm.
Is he also the same guy that gets the line of "wipe yourself off, you're dead" or something like that?
He gets it said to him.
Yeah.
To him. That's right.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Carter says that.
It's kind of hard for him to say it when, you know, he's no longer breathing.
Yeah.
I think the only one I really wanted to shout out that we haven't said is it's a small role, and it's just because it's another guy where like I recognize him. It's so he played the character of Stucky, I believe is what it was. Yeah, Stucky. So the guy outside of the Chinese theater when he's selling maps of the stars and giving Tucker information, is played by John Hawkes. He's just got one of those faces. Same thing where I'm like, oh my god, I recognize this guy. I know this guy's voice, and he always seems to kind of be playing that sort of character when I recognize him, the informant or like this kind of like somewhat sleazy, not so great guy, like little on the bad side. And he's got a great look. But the one that I always associate him with and hear his voice strongest with is Hardball, and it's just because of the bit where he's talking to Keanu Reeves and he goes, "Oh, you got Zachary's breath." He goes, "What?" And he goes, "Zachary's breath. It's where your breath smells exactly like your ass." Like, just that joke has kind of maintained in my head with his voice for decades now. So yeah, like I said, it's a small role. He's in one scene, but a recognizable face that I see pop up every now and then. I'm like, oh, it's that guy. So yes, John Hawkes. Anybody else got any names?
I don't think so.
All right. I'll take one more, and it's really just a quick shout out to her performance. I believe it's Julia Sue, the girl who plays
Soo Young.
Soo Young. I thought she was great. Like a child actor. She was a lot of fun. She was funny. She was a great actress. And I kudos to her on the performance. She wasn't on screen a whole lot, but she was great. She was fun, and I think that kind of feeds into the whole, like, yes, we want to make sure that this girl stays safe, other than the fact that it's a child who's been kidnapped and they strapped a bomb to her. Like, she has charisma. She's a fun character, and the way that she interacts with Jackie Chan is fantastic. Like, I felt you could feel like there was a bond there for real. So
this looks to be her only movie she did.
Really?
Good movie.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She in the second and third one, or no?
No.
Nope.
Which they do bring back Soo Young in the third one, so I wonder who plays her.
I thought it was her, so good on them for the casting on that.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm curious. I'm going to pull up Rush Hour 3 just to see who plays Soo Young.
All right. So are there any shout outs to performances or anything? Not necessarily like actor names. Nope. Okay.
Not particularly, no.
Right.
I do have the actress's name who plays Soo Young in Rush Hour 3.
Sure.
Jingchu Zhang, I believe is how it's going to be pronounced. Jingchu Zhang.
Is that her only movie?
No, it looks like she's done well, let me see. She's been in 42 things. I'm going to assume that it's mostly, I will assume, either Japanese cinema or Chinese cinema. I'm not sure. It is, so she is Chinese. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that it's probably Chinese cinema is mostly what she's been involved with. But it all seems to be like international film for the most part. Although she was in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. I'm trying to see if there's any other more American things. Rush Hour 3. Let's keep going. Nope, that seems to be it. Yeah. They're doing quite well in the Chinese film industry.
All right. Let's go into our reviews. So we are giving this one a 4.51 out of 5 stars.
Hey, love those decimals.
Making it the #1 movie of the year so far.
Do we just keep topping it every
We're back
year,
in the trend.
every week?
What's the difference though? Like this is like 0.2 decimals or something.
0.2.
Crazy. Yeah, oh my god.
The Rock is 4.49 and Rush Hour is 4.51.
Crazy.
We are.
I personally feel like The Rock is better than Rush Hour, but I also the lowest one. I'm also the lowest rater of tonight's score, so this checks out for me. All right, so that's our rating.
Action battle continues.
The what?
The 90s action battle continues.
Yeah. So IMDb is a flat 7 out of 10 stars. Letterbox is
Don't trust it.
3.6 out of 5 stars, and Roger Ebert is 3 out of 4 stars.
Okay, Raj.
And pulling up his review because I really like the way that he started. The how he started it. All right. Quote from Raj. Rush Hour is our reliable friend. The Woonza movie. Pairing two opposites. Woonza legendary detective from Hong Kong and Woonza Los Angeles cop. And Woonza Chinese guy and Woonza black guy. And
yeah, I'm not familiar with it. Can you? How is that?
I was
spelled?
wondering if any of you knew what a Woonza was.
No. How do you spell it? I'm looking it up. Yeah, I'm not familiar with
Wunza.
Woonza.
I went through like a trance for a second.
Oh, okay.
That's you who can get there first.
Okay, it's a playful way to describe a movie or TV show that is a mix of different genres or characters from very different backgrounds. It's a phrase that comes from Wunza.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll read this without the Woonzas, maybe.
Maybe now it's Wunza.
No, I don't think so. Where did I leave off? Okay, the Chinese guy and black guy, martial arts expert and wisecracking showboat. Neither original casting idea, but together they make an entertaining team.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, they do.
This is a good time. I'm throwing it out there. Discussion time. Remember I told you it's gonna be one.
She couldn't hold on any longer.
So here's my discussion.
Just steamrolled me, but all right.
The debate. So, okay. Who is a better duo?
Oh.
Okay, we have Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, or The Rock.
Oh,
and
Sean Connery and Nick
No,
Cage.
no.
Oh, you mean The Rock and
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
And Kevin Hart. Yes,
you meant the person The Rock. Got you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He has a
And
name.
The Rock. And Kevin Hart.
It's The Rock Johnson.
Who's the better duo? That's hard.
As far as like pure comedy, I would give it to The Rock and Kevin Hart. However, as far as like action comedy, I got to give it to Jackie and Tucker because like
I mean, it really, that depends on what you're. I agree. Yeah.
Pure comedy, I'm giving it to Dwayne and Kevin.
Like chemistry in general.
Chemistry in general?
Mm-hmm.
I would say The Rock and
The
Kevin.
Rock and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Those two
it's like
feed
Big
off
Brother, Little Brother.
Yeah. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Well, because like Lee's character doesn't even want a partner, right?
Tucker doesn't want it.
Neither of them want it. Neither of them want partners.
Yeah. So it's like, well, then the chemistry is off to a bad start.
But when they do get together, though, I don't know. It's a question I can't even answer myself.
No, if you're going chemistry, I definitely think Rock and Kevin Hart. If you're going comedy, Rock and Kevin Hart. If you're going action, by far Tucker and Jackie. And Jackie's basically carrying the team on this one.
Well, I do pretty much agree with all of that. I would say for the Rush Hour sequels, Tucker picks it up. Like
he does.
This was something that I noticed in this movie. I was surprised with the number of actual fight scenes that there are. Like there weren't that many. So I think Jackie Chan probably shines twice in this movie as far as like fight scenes and doing what Jackie does. So pretty mellow. But in the sequels, they kick it up a notch. And Tucker gets involved. Like this one, he's involved and they're doing some fun stuff. We'll talk about those scenes. But with the sequels, I think they amp up that action bit, especially for Jackie, but also getting Tucker involved and him fighting and everything too. So, yes.
Which one has Jackie like running up a bamboo? I think he uses a bamboo stick and like lunges himself into a building or something.
I think that's 2 because it basically starts at the end of Rush Hour, so they're in China.
Right. Okay.
Because it's like, what would you call it? It's like scaffolding that's made out of bamboo that that they're chasing up and doing all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that's the second one.
That sequence is insane.
Yes. Because the third one is in France.
I don't think I've ever.
In France.
It's in Paris. So yeah, I think that's the second one. But yeah, in my opinion, in the sequels they amp up the action, and Tucker definitely stays involved. Like he gets more into it. But for the first one, absolutely Jackie's carrying it.
Now to kind of piggyback off of Jen here, though, if you wanted to go like with the better duo, keeping it in the genre, you've got Mike Lowry, and
you just gotta bring up the Bad Boys.
You got it. And I forgot Lawrence's character's name. Marcus Day something. I can never remember his last name.
The Smith. I don't know.
Yeah. So you got Mike and Marcus. Then you've got
the fact that you can't even remember his name is. I think that was your answer.
Yeah.
Or if you're going with the actors, you got Will Smith and Steve Lawrence, Martin Lawrence,
Steve Lawrence. Yeah.
Who?
Then
Marcus
of course,
Burnett.
You got Jackie and Chris. I feel like there's others you could probably throw in here.
Jackie and Owen Wilson.
Murphy didn't have a sidekick, right? No, he didn't. He had like Judge Reiner and.
Yeah, but they're just.
That's not his name. Judge something.
Judge Reinhold.
Reinhold. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I thought there would be more than this and just Bad Boys versus Rush Hour. Why am I blanking?
Well, I mean, the funny thing is
Riggs and
Murtaugh.
Murtaugh, yeah.
Was it
That's
Danny Glover and
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, yeah.
Ooh, I know an even better one. Shrek and Donkey.
They got the comedy, but not so much action by comparison.
Buzz and Woody.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Who is the best?
I think Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
See,
I
okay,
think Turner and Hooch.
Here's kind of my question with it. Like most people like just thinking about Jackie Chan, you kind of default to the action, right? Like he's known for his fights and all that stuff, obviously, but his comedy is incredible as well. Like watch his movies, watch his fight scenes. They're even in this movie. I think Jackie Chan brings his own level of comedy through his fight scenes, and tying that in with Tucker, who is just funny as hell on his own, but is kind of like he's the tough from the streets cop, right? Like he's not afraid to throw some fist and all that. Like he gets involved. Who is the best comedy? Like, or I should say, best comedian to partner with Jackie Chan? Because almost every movie that Jackie Chan is in, it's kind of this setup where he is the action and they partner him with a comedian. But again, Jackie Chan is funny on his own. Like, he is a comedian, but because he's known for the fighting, that kind of gets overshadowed.
Yeah.
But
what
I
about
don't.
Han Solo and Chewbacca?
I'm still trying to think like
You're
best
killing me.
buddy cop duo. That is such a tough battle.
I still, for me, the argument for Jackie and Tucker is there because when I think of Rush Hour, it's nothing but smiles, and their police work, their comedy, the fights, it's all there. But it's like, if you're going like just straight buddy cop, I mean, yeah, Lethal Weapon's got a great they have it. There's some comedy, but it's shoot 'em. They're exciting. The action is there, but it's very much action.
No, but what I'm wondering is
Yeah.
like the actual connection between the two, like the chemistry, like overall with the buddy cops, who really are the true the
We're the
top.
best
I
partners.
really am leaning towards Mike and Marcus. I honestly feel that out of all the buddy cop movies, they had like the I guess greatest or the strongest the strongest chemistry.
Did Training Day have a cop duo?
Yeah, but in a dark way.
They had it was
smoke this meth.
yeah, it was Denzel and Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that up there?
I mean, that wasn't really a close bond. He was trying to get him killed half
tough,
the
man.
movie.
I mean, he ended up kicking his ass and then shot him and then had other people kill him. So I didn't really get the brotherly bond there.
Yeah. I'm sure my brother wanted to kill me at one point.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of Denzel's character, Lorenzo.
Sounds right.
I think it's Lorenzo.
Mm.
What's that comedy with Jake Johnson? It's called Let's Be Cops. Who was in that?
That's not the
All
one
right.
with Ice Cube.
We're gonna
is it?
continue.
No, that's Ride Along. I'm thinking Ride Along.
Oh, that's Ice Cube and
Kevin Hart, right?
yeah, Hart and Kevin. Crushed it. Crushed it, Brian.
Heart and Cube.
Yeah. Also Ice and Cube and all right. Budget is 33 million and worldwide gross is 244.7 million dollars.
They did pretty good.
Oh, we forgot about 21 Jump Street. Channing Tatum and
That's not even in the discussion. That's not even in the discussion.
you said buddy cop duo. And
I
they're
mean, a
both-
buddy cop, yes, but for chemistry, no.
Their bond was pretty tight. I mean, my name is Jeff. Like it's pretty cool. Like they're on it, man. They are like brothers. I would say about as close as Mike and Marcus.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oscars, none. Golden Globes, none.
Snubbed.
But Kids' Choice Awards
Ooh.
was a Blimp Award nominee.
Okay. Nominee.
Nominee.
These damn Nickelodeon kids. It's all right. They didn't get slimed. That's probably for the
Favorite
best.
movie actor.
For Jackie. Tucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. MTV Movie and TV Awards. 4 noms.
Best fight scene.
1 win.
Ooh, 25% chance here. All right.
Find the win.
These crazy ass categories coming our way.
Okay. Let's see. Nominee number 1. Best movie song.
War.
Can I Get a
Oh, okay.
Can they get a what?
from Jay-Z?
Mm-hmm.
When was that in the movie? I'm not super familiar with the song.
That's when he changes the radio and he's like, Beach Boys.
Oh, okay.
It's like bounce with me, bounce with me.
Here's some music.
Got it.
This is good. It's like, can you do this to the Beach Boys?
Come on. You're so deep digging into the movie now. Oh, this is sad.
Just that excited.
Nominee number 2. Best comedic performance, Chris Tucker. Nominee number 3. Best on-screen duo, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. Nominee number 4. Best fight. For the fight against the Chinese gang, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Man.
I'm gonna go with the fight because that's what I said before I even had the nominees.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the best duo.
All right.
Like I kind of want to know what the other duos are, because I'm trying to think about like '98. I feel like Bad Boys is probably involved at this point. Like I want to say the duo, but just for the sake of spreading the love, I'm gonna go with the comedian for Tucker.
Okay. The winner was for best duo.
Hey.
Since you asked, Matt, I'm in the process of trying to pull it up for you.
I'm just curious because like '98, this is there's a lot of movies coming out around this that like I feel like there's some good buddy cop stuff. Hell, I think there's even a Lethal Weapon that's probably coming out around this time.
Okay, best on-screen duo. We already know the winner is Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Woo!
You have Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook, and She's All That.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You have Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz in
Something
Something
About
About Mary.
Yeah. Okay.
You have Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler in
Armageddon?
No.
Armageddon.
I was gonna say Jersey Girl.
And you have Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan in
Featherman. What is it?
City of Angels.
I don't know.
So those were your best on-screen duos.
Okay. I could see some of those for sure, but no, they deserve that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely deserve that win.
Jackie and Chan, yeah, they deserve that one.
Jerk. All right. The Fu Chow is a real restaurant, and it has a sign that says "Rush Hour was shot here."
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Respect.
Nice.
Great marketing. Yeah.
Respect.
I wonder how much money they made just from that piece of paper.
Yeah. First Jackie Chan movie where English dubbing was not needed.
Oh.
So normally before they would always basically film the movie and then they would have English dubbing put over, and Jackie was finally like, "Nope, we don't need that. We're going straight from the source."
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nearly all of Chris Tucker's dialogue is improvised. I was like, is anyone surprised? Probably easiest screenwriting for them. Okay, Chris Tucker, blank. Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, he's got this.
Yes, you stand here.
Yeah.
And
for it.
action.
There were possible Carters.
You see what happens when he is given scripts. He can't remove.
He's terrible with names, apparently.
Yes.
Kelsey Carter?
Yeah. There was possible Carters. You could have had Martin Lawrence.
Mm.
You could have had Eddie Murphy.
I was about to say it.
You could have had Dave Chappelle.
Ooh.
Oh.
You could have had Will Smith.
Mm.
Or Detective Carter could have been played by.
Swear to God, if you say Tom Cruise right now.
Denzel.
Tupac.
Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Was he acting?
Oh yeah.
He was in a couple of things.
Oh yeah. Tupac was definitely an actor.
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
He was in a few things.
Yep.
Oh man, that would have been interesting.
Any of those that we want to talk about? Chappelle, Smith, Lauren? No. Yeah, I agree.
Chappelle would have been interesting. I think he could have done an interesting job, but nobody's topping Tucker in this performance. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Nope.
Is it?
I am picturing Tupac and what
That would have been cool. Does anybody else find it interesting that when you look at Chris Tucker's acting credits, it's like 25? I mean, he has about as many acting credits as Daniel Day-Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is very picky about what he does.
No, but when he strikes, the iron's very hot.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. The project didn't stay with Disney. I guess this originally started with Disney, and there was bickering, fighting, and they're like, all right, well, we're done. And then they moved on to someone else. And I guess I forgot, Disney thought that the script was stupid or it wasn't going to be a success. And, once again, people in the room full of chairs and a big desk making stupid decisions.
I got zero Disney vibes from this movie, so
yeah. Jackie Chan got his celebrity handprint in 2013.
Hey, nice.
And the only reason I brought that up is because there's a scene where they're in front of, they're on the Walk of Fame. But he ended up actually getting his Walk of Fame handprint in 2013.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Yeah. Interesting fact about that I learned not too long ago. They have to pay for that. Like, it's
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh yeah, we're awarding you your handprints on the Walk of Fame. Like, no. Like, somebody pays for that. It's it was a weird thing. I'm like, this should be like an award. Like,
that definitely should be an award. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I wonder how much it costs.
You could look it up. I'm not sure. It's definitely thousands of dollars, but it's just one of those weird things where it's like you think about making it to the Hall of Fame in like sports or something, right? Like, that's what this is for acting, and yet people are having to pay for it.
Well, no, go past that. People travel to Hollywood to look at these handprints. It's a tourist attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me people are going to come to your city, make money because they wanted to see my handprint, and I have to pay you for them to see my handprint? My handprint?
Nice.
That was a great Ross impression. I enjoyed that.
That was so good.
I had to. Anyway, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I would, if I was ever famous, I'd protest that. I'd be like, nah.
I think there's a
You're not
reason they
getting
go
my
decades without doing it.
Go ahead.
So
That was so funny.
the Hollywood Walk of Fame is a sponsorship. So you apply, and the application fee is $275.
Oh,
Then
that's
if
not
you're
terrible.
Then if you're chosen, the price of it is $75,000.
Oh my God.
And you can apply. If you don't get it, you have every 2 years, and you submit that $275 each time you apply.
What? I mean, that's like a drop in the bucket for a lot of A-list actors, anyways. But you know,
I mean, okay,
still.
the application fee is no big deal, but $75,000 if they pick you, like, holy shit!
$75,000, and that includes like maintenance, upkeep, and like forever, like
power wash,
life warranty. I'm guessing.
My God, that's nuts. $75,000.
Yeah.
And you have to apply every 2 years, like that. Ugh, yeah. No wonder there's not as many people on there as you'd expect. But good for him. Good for Jackie.
I appreciate the people that are. It's like, wow.
Way to go, Jackie.
Yeah.
I have a picture with Pee-wee Herman's.
Do you think Jackie did a stunt to get his handprint in?
He did a backflip into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't know that.
He didn't do a back. We're joking here, man.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
No.
I mean, he's skilled. Like, he probably could have done that.
He probably could have, but he's also a human being. He doesn't have to. He's not a performing monkey. He doesn't have to do tricks for us to get on the Walk of Fame. I hope he didn't do a backflip now. That's it?
That's it.
All right. Well, any other like hot button issues that we want to talk about before we go on break? Any like here's a interesting thing for? No? We're good? All right. Well, let's not drag it out. Let's go take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll hop into the beginning of this movie so we can really have some fun. All right. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Are you too sleepy to give yourself for that? You goofy. You goofy. What? Don't you look all bored? bunch of pink. Did you eat your dinner in 2.5 seconds?
Yep. Scarfed it down.
Sometimes I think I eat fast and then I see other people. I'm like, no, we're good. What'd you have? I have to ask.
Panko breaded cod with roasted potatoes and veggies.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Cod is good fish.
A little mini dessert of dark chocolate and milk chocolate C's heart.
Mm. Well, yeah, what'd you and Casey do for Valentine's?
Worked.
Romantic.
Yep. But I ended up getting her a gold necklace with a little diamond in the center.
Oh, you're fancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 14 karat. She really liked it.
I was like, did she accept it? Are you guys on that level now?
And then she got me this really nice jacket.
Where'd you get the necklace at?
Quince.
Like from a jeweler?
Well, it's a website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've got really nice stuff. And I went to Quince because for Christmas she wanted a lot of stuff from there, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I have a source now.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we've always been under the impression that we treat each other as if every day is Valentine's Day. We don't need a reminder to love each other.
Yeah. I love love, but I hate this holiday. I can't stand it. I feel like it is nothing but a marketing scam.
Oh, for sure.
I was telling my friend, I was like, man, if you ever hear that I'm in a relationship and I'm just like, Valentine's Day, I was like, I'm just trying to pick a fight with him and stop me. It's like, that's not okay. I am not okay. Check on me.
Dude.
Huh?
I said, dude.
I said, dude. It's a good start to a song.
I shoot ba doo. Here I go, here I go, here I go, here I go.
What's my weakness?
Are we like still live? Does he keep us live throughout this thing too?
I think so.
Oh. Our voices are live, but you can't see anything.
Oh no, you guys are gonna hear me talk to Kiwi?
Yeah.
They heard everything, Kiwi.
They know.
Now they know.
That's why I mute my microphone when we go on break.
I'm not afraid.
Kiwi.
To take a stand?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Okay. So I made chili tonight for dinner.
Mm.
And usually in the past, I would always use cheddar cheese as like the cheese for it, and then I put in hot sauce. Well, this time I bought pepper jack cheese.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily need hot sauce, you know?
Nope. Pepper jack cheese is so good.
Yeah. Especially when you buy it in the block and you freshly shred it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, my brother would die. If you could have spices, you would like it.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, it's not super spicy, but it just adds that, like, little bit of a kick to it.
Bless you.
Thank you. That was a big one.
We lost Matt.
Jamie's telling him about the guy that's in jail.
She's what?
She's telling him about the Dave's Killer Bread, how he's in jail.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. You know who's not live right now? I like how Matt's not there, but it says live.
Yeah.
The irony. How was everyone's Valentine's Day? Or Valentine's weekend? Or Galentine's Day? Or Singles Awareness?
Everyone needs a piece of the pie. I worked.
I worked.
Yeah. I was just telling Jen, like, Casey and I do not need a day to remind ourselves that we love each other.
I don't even go up to that far. It's more of just like, it's fun. You know?
Yeah.
Like, all I did was bought some heart-shaped raviolis, and that's what we have for dinner. Yeah. And then also we rescued a cat, but that's another story for later.
Oh, okay.
Unless if you want the clip notes of it now.
I'm more curious about these heart-shaped ravioli.
Costco 2-pack. All right, moving on.
Cheese ravioli, meat ravioli.
4 cheese ravioli.
Ooh. Oh, you fancy, huh?
And we also rescued a cat.
Were they pink or red or?
They were heart-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
They were red on top and then white on the bottom. And a couple of them exploded while I cooked them. I was breaking hearts. Breaking hearts and ripping farts since 1993.
Wow. Okay. I think I like Ted's Vomit 3 since 93 a lot better.
That one's classier, but I do appreciate the breaking hearts and ripping farts. Like,
that's from something I can't remember.
I know it feels familiar.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Another second?
I thought I was taking a long time.
Seriously.
Okay, so this cat. Before we were gonna go home and make dinner, Sammy wanted to go to Hobby Lobby to pick up some buttons for like a sweater that she thrifted. And while we were in the parking lot, this cat just comes running right up to us. And, well, it was running through the parking lot meowing, and then it came right up to us. It came to me first, started rubbing on my leg, and then she picked it up. It was super friendly. It looked like it was less than a year old. And it looked like it was just abandoned. Like somebody dropped him, dumped him off in the parking lot, and left. And we were like, well, we're not going to just leave him here. So we went to the like Elk Grove SPCA or whatever, and he wasn't microchipped. He did have a collar on, and so essentially we kept him, trying to see if we can find him a home. But because we found him on Valentine's Day, I named him Cupid, and Sammy got him a collar with like Cupid and like her phone number on the back of it, and so she has it now, and he's just like the sweetest thing, like loves people, and if nobody takes him, I think he's gonna be me and Sammy's first pet. Yeah, he's a sweet boy, and we're gonna get him neutered and get him updated on shots in like 2 weeks. So yeah, so we had a little detour on our Valentine's Day. But it was a fun like 3-hour adventure trying to just be with this cat. So yeah, I'll send pictures in the chat later.
Nice. Well, good for you guys for being such good people. Living the intro to cats, though, unfortunately.
Mm.
Matt, you're next.
Me? For Valentine's Day?
No, getting a cat.
Getting a cat.
Oh. I would, but, you know, some people say we've got a bunny and that's all we need. No, actually, if I'm not mistaken, every time I've brought up getting another pet or something like a dog or a cat or anything like that, the argument of, but my sisters are allergic. I'm like, well, that's their fault. No.
Like, that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, in that vein, right now, because Gina's with us, Jazzy is in our bedroom. So we've given what was Jamie's office and Jazzy's bedroom. We gave that to Gina, so she's got a whole room to herself, which was always the idea, was the design to make that sort of a guest room anyway. So like, this is us actually doing it. But yeah, Jazz is in our bedroom right now, which I kind of like because he's on my side of the bed, so I just kind of get to look at him and see his cute little bunny face. He's adorable. He's adorable. Love the little bunny.
He is a cutie.
He is super cute.
I love when he pops.
Oh God,
Cute little thing.
well, he was because he was sick not too long ago, and so we were constantly pulling him out of his pen to give him medicine and food and all that stuff. And now we're just trying to make a point to like get him out so he can get exercise and everything. And he gets the bops, like he what is it called, the binks. He gets the binks. So every now and then just kind of like jumps and kicks and it's all like he's having a good time.
He's
so
all
it's
happy.
yeah.
That's
So of
cute.
course I'm losing it in those moments, turning into just like the, oh my God, I love him so much, he's adorable, just melting. But yeah, I love him, and I saw something where it's like cats and rabbits are actually really good like pet partners. Like they're good together. So that was
Good
one of the
companions.
things. Hi, Clover.
Cupid is cute.
Are they a better duo than Tucker and Jam?
I don't know. Let's discuss that as we jump back into our movie.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Keeping
Brian's been
up.
very patient. All right, let's hit the theme song and see you guys on the other side. Welcome back to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into this week's movie, Rush Hour. And what better place to start than the very beginning? A very good place to start. I love this intro. I thought it was tons of fun. I couldn't tell you the name of the song, but you know what? When I was listening to the music playing, I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like, it was getting me into the vibe. It was, I was ready for the fun that was about to take place. And I don't know about you guys, but I completely forgot about this intro. Like, I forgot about everything that takes place in China, this whole fight scene and everything. Completely forgot about it. In my head, like, I knew something was going to happen before, but I was already jumping ahead to the intro to Tucker and all of that stuff. Like, that's what I was most excited for and looking forward to. But I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a great way to kick off the action, great way to kick off the story. And, I mean, Jackie Chan getting to shine doing what he does. So really enjoyed this intro, not to mention our bad guy, like, starting off strong too, right? great intro to this movie. But do you guys have anything that you want to talk about specifically? I struggled with it. I struggled. Yes,
That
Jen,
was
thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
I struggled with that word.
We couldn't tell.
Oh yeah, I thought I
Great
played.
save. Like, honestly, great save.
I thought I played it off nicely. Jen, kick us off.
So I like you, I completely forgot about this intro altogether. But I mean, you see within like 5 seconds already Jackie Chan just pulling off a cool ass stunt, and I was like, oh, already. Like, I never realized that it happens so quickly. And then, although I gave him high praise, like his presence strong, this is probably the least like favorite moment that I have of this guy on screen. I feel like maybe this is definitely like the warm up for him or something, because the whole shoot me, that wasn't very believable. It wasn't very anything. It was just very blah to me, and it felt very fake and acting wise. But other than that scene, I think he does a great job. It's just, this is my least favorite scene with him in it.
I can see
Is the
that.
intro them on the boat?
Yes.
Is that the boat?
Yeah. I could see that with what did we say his name was? Sang?
Oh yeah, saying Ken Luong.
Yes.
Was
Ken
his
Leong?
actor name?
Yeah. Zang. I sang. I'm with you, Jen. But at the same time, this feels very on point for his character, as we see later on. Like it's the trying to manipulate the situation stuff. Like, he's always kind of like the badass. But it makes me feel like there's history between his character and Lee. And because like he doesn't stick around, he doesn't actually want to fight him. It's like, oh shit, it's this guy, I gotta get out. And it like I said, it feels like there's history. And while I know later on Lee brings up his partner being killed and everything, I don't think it was this guy. But I don't know. I definitely didn't find him as intimidating in the moment when he runs away, but I actually kind of like the mocking of the whole like shoot me, knowing he's not going to do it. But everything leading up, there's the fun stuff with Jackie of sneaking around this boat, taking people out. I love the moment when he's hiding behind what I think is like a ladder or something, so you can't see him, but just his gun pops out into view, and the guy's like, oh, and he's just like, come here. Like, I love how simple that is, and then right after it's followed with him almost getting caught and jumping through the window. Like, oh, that's Jackie. Like, that's classic him. Like, oh shoot, I got to improv and get out of here. Love seeing that stuff. Go ahead, Brian.
You just brought it up. The moment that stands out to me on this intro was how effortlessly Jackie jumped through that window. I'm like, if I tried to do that, it would take 40 takes.
And you'd hit your head on 39 of them.
Up left and right. I'd be like, damn it, wall again. Oh, damn it. I'm halfway in, halfway out. Like, and he just walks, hears someone, and just gone. You blink and you will miss that stunt.
Yeah.
It's so impressive to watch.
I had to question if he was doing his own stunts or not, but it looks like I just, they were so well done. Again, this is my first watch, you guys. Like, go easy on me.
It's Jackie.
I know.
There's some story about Jackie Chan and insurance companies. It's like his premiums or something is just absolutely ridiculous because he's doing his own stunts. Like it's yeah. I can't remember what the actual story is, but like, because he does his own stunts and because he's very likely to hurt himself. They're gonna go nuts back there. They're pretending they're Jackie and Sang.
Name a better duo.
Yeah.
All right. Taking bets now.
Ridiculous. Oh man, it's getting intense. And they're off. Ooh. Oh, this is fun to watch.
Right back up on.
All right, we're not talking about Rush Hour anymore. It's Kitty Fight Club.
It's cat hour.
But But yeah.
Luna's gonna win.
If you guys can just shift a little.
It's funny. And this
turn your camera a little bit.
Why? So is Whiskey's on top? Am I right? I don't know why. I figured Luna be winning this fight. Anyway, but yes, Jackie Chan does his own stunts and all of, like the insurance and everything is crazy for it. But this is one of the reasons that I love Rush Hour does this, and I think they do this in a lot of Jackie Chan movies because there's probably so many takes. But like the bloopers at the end of seeing him like fail a stunt. I love watching Jackie Chan's fight choreo though. Like, I mean, popping through a window and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's pretty basic as far as like what you'd expect for something from him as far as a stunt, but it's that level of improv of like he uses the environment so well. That's what I like about watching him fight. It's like this is a guy who walks into a scenario with no weapon and somehow manages to kick your ass with something he found.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they use tables, chairs, pool cues, like all kinds of stuff that's like improvised weapons. That's what I love about it. And you don't get much of that in this opening sequence, but you do get to see him, I mean, straight up ninja mode, right? Like the dude is sneaking onto this boat and taking people out and gets to the top guy. It's impressive to watch. But
yeah,
even better is the moment where he gets hit by the Connex bin, like the giant container, and has to like it's straight up Star Wars the trash compactor where he's got to like find his way out of that thing. Like that's the cool stuff. That's him improving and like using the environment to escape it, rolling over and kicking the guy's asses on the forklift, getting the gun. Like the high intensity of what happens when shit hits the fan and now everybody's going nuts. Love it. Love this stuff. This is where Jackie shines.
Yeah, I gotta say, like The Lion King and Rush Hour. That's how I became the fighter that I am.
Oh, you're not gonna throw Rocky in there?
No, I don't think Rocky had too much of an impact on me when I was younger. But for sure, fighting like The Lion King and
what
Rush
part
Hour.
of The Lion King? The final bit where the
final fight? Yeah,
okay.
I did. Not to get very sad, but like I was like I had problems at home, and so I had to protect myself, and I did that move into like my boudoir closet type thing, and then we didn't have problems anymore. So good line.
There you go.
Movies teach us life lessons.
It worked.
Yeah.
Gotta protect yourself.
Gotta protect
Good to be a
yourself.
fighter. Good to be a fighter. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to bring up for intro scene? I assume we're just sticking with that fight sequence. We don't need to go into the whole console and all that stuff. Cool. Then I think we all know what's next.
Memes.
You know what? I forgot. What is it? Help me out here. What's the next thing?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, we already did fun facts. Okay.
I gotta check the memory real quick.
Oh, that's it. Thank you. Memories.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness me. All right, memories. Who's got a good one?
That's on screen duo.
We're coming for you, Jackie and Chris.
Jackie and Chan.
Yeah, I got into your head.
Oh my god.
Jen said Rush Hour, and immediately last week, this came to my mind. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That's it. That is my Rush Hour memory.
That is the line.
That is the memory of this movie.
Okay.
Jen?
So when I hear Rush Hour, I immediately think of who, what is it good for? And then
Y'all.
I For Brian, yeah, I think that was one of my top memories too. And this is one of those like pop culture things I was talking about. Like I knew this even like from a kid, and I knew that it was from this movie, and it was really cool to actually see it like in its full glory watching it.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's definitely a top memory for me too.
Did we just want to unpack the scene? I mean, I titled it that because you have to. But it is such a funny scene. I mean, Carter is out there with his Corvette just looking like LA star, right? And then Detective Lee gets off the plane, and he looks like he had a good flight and everything. And Carter goes up, and he's like, "Oh, please tell me you speak English." he's like, what did he call him? He's like, I got stuck with
Rice-A-Roni.
Rice-A-Roni.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I don't believe this shit. Like he's like having his own vent session with himself because he thinks that nobody understands. And so then he goes back to the car, and then Detective Lee is like, here, take it. No. You put your own shit in the car.
I was just as confused as Lee though when he's saying put it in the back, and it's like, where's the back, dude? Like,
there is no back.
Yeah, like where am I supposed to put that?
And then you get the iconic drop of Carter saying, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you speak any English?" And he's just ripping on him. Oh man, it is great. It is great. And then I forgot what does Carter mumble as he's coming back towards his car?
He's like, the hell you think this is? That gets me every time.
Oh man. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, no, I wanted to add, like it's so funny when people assume that somebody doesn't speak their language, that they think that if they talk louder and slower that they will understand it. Like it's, all you're doing is just confusing them more, because now you're saying the same thing in two different ways.
Yeah.
And now they're like, I don't even know which one to even comprehend, even if I don't know it. It's but I see that happen in real life. I'm like, you are so fucking rude. But in this movie, it's just it's funny. It's funny when they do it.
I believe me, I've seen it too many times in the field where they find out that they don't speak English, and then all of a sudden they're just yelling at the patients super slow. I'm like, that's not gonna help, man.
No. Like
it's not gonna help.
Get some charades involved. They understand physical things.
Like they're like, do you have any pain? Oh no, it's they don't speak English. Do you have any pain? I'm like, well, they're deaf now.
Well, it's like, are you expecting them to, like, after you do that, for them to be like, oh yes, yes, yeah,
yeah.
Oh my god.
I see it a lot with volunteer firefighters. I'm like, bro, I'm here. Get out of my way.
Go ahead, Matt.
So this line is, I would have to say, the line of the movie. Like you hear Rush Hour, you're absolutely right. Like you associate it with this line to the point that I think they quote it in every movie. Which, because you brought up most of Tucker's lines being improv, it makes me curious. So, like, is this something that he just kind of did and came up with that was so iconic that it's like, we couldn't have written this. But it is such a perfect moment for this.
It feels improv to me.
It could. It truly could be. But I think that that's the power of this line, right? Like, it is so good that it was referenced and redone and parodied so many times after this movie. And like, it was it's just that good. It is a
It's
strong
his
memory.
delivery, because I just did it and I cannot deliver it near the way Carter or the way Tucker did.
Yeah.
His delivery of that line is what really makes it.
Yeah.
Because you can go up and say, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" And that's not what's gonna make that line iconic.
Yeah.
It's like the
What
punch
makes it
that
iconic.
has,
It's that extra juice that Tucker brings.
Mhm.
It's funny. Have any of you seen She's Out of My League?
Yes.
Okay. Remember
Yeah.
when the guy is quoting Rush Hour and he does the same thing? It's like, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" Rush Hour, right? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
just like that's the vibe. Like, this is such a good line, and like you said, it's his delivery that makes it so iconic. That's so good. But Jen, what was your memory again? You threw something out too that I was like, yes, this.
More.
Oh, War, yes. Oh my God, no, that's definitely one of mine too. And like when I think of Rush Hour and it's the what is it good, like Jackie singing the song, them doing their whole thing, the bit of like the taking the gun away, like the montage of all that as the song's going. I'm like, oh, I love this song. I don't think I'd ever heard the song before in my life until seeing this movie, and I'm like, I am a fan. I love this song. It hits so hard. And when Jackie says everybody knows War, it's like, yes we do. Yes we do now. I will take it. Dobby is being gifted food.
It's too hard to find food.
Hey, Jan.
I titled it. That really is the bonding moment between them. It's like, all right, we can do this together.
Yeah. It really,
the way that it ends too, with them just breaking loose and going down the sidewalk.
In sync, yeah.
Heads back, hands to the sky. Oh, it's such a good way to end it.
Hey, can we break down the whole scene or just War?
Break it down.
Okay. So
that's what I love about memories.
Yeah.
Like you start with a memory and then it brings us into a conversation.
Well, because you titled. Sorry, what was that, Jen?
We should call it seed plants.
Planting seedlings.
Seedlings.
Memories.
All right. Anyway,
we're calling it memory.
We're calling it memories.
Get your green thumb out of here.
Because you brought up like the bonding side of it. Like I love how them dancing down the sidewalk and enjoying it, and then they do the whole how to get a gun from a suspect and all that stuff. And like
when he points it at himself,
so good. Well, the moment when it's like he takes the gun from him, then he takes the gun back from him, then he takes like it's just the back and forth until finally Tucker comes out with it, and it's just like, you did it. Like he's like, it's that like proud, like, oh yes. Like I love that moment. It's so much fun. But right after the song stops playing and they're getting Chinese food from like the truck or whatever really want to call that thing. I love it where it's clearly like some authentic kind of Chinese food, I would assume, because they're in Chinatown and everything. But like Jackie's eating it, or Lee's eating it, and and Carter is just like, this is some greasy ass shit. Like he's getting so indignant about this guy's food, and he just starts calling him like, it's not soul food. It's like, I didn't say it was like but the back and forth between Carter and the guy who owns the place, and he's just like, I'm not taking any of your shit. And
I ain't no punk ass bitch.
Yeah. I love that whole interaction. It's so funny. And Lee just kind of like, come on, get it. You're embarrassing me. Like, just get your food and go. And they start eating it, and it's like, what is it? Eel. And he's like, that's kind of good. Like that, just that whole turnaround of him actually trying the food, liking it, and the camel's hump and everything. I love this little moment. It finishes out their whole bonding thing, and it kind of leads to their whole like, my daddy is better than your, like the pissing contest of whose dad's better. Another fun moment, but like it's the little tension building, but at the same time it gets them back in the mode of like, we're here to work. But what I love about the scene at, like outside of the Chinese food place is when he goes in and Tucker is just like, how's your eel? Like he started he's asking stuff.
Yeah.
You got camel hump? Like he's asking for the stuff that they just had. It's like, yeah, act like you know what you're doing, but also you like that food. So I love the callback and everything. I thought it was a ton of fun. But for me, that whole scene of war into the Chinese food and the bonding over the dads being cops and everything, it's such a great bonding moment between the two of them. Like you said, that's the start of them being like, we are partners.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, but my favorite moment from this scene is when they start singing the song, like when they're at the car, and Lee's trying to sing along, but he's saying "you all," and the Carter's like "y'all, you all, y'all, y'all, man, you sound like a karate movie, y'all." This scene killed me. Like I was literally rolling on my couch laughing.
Like a karate movie. Now that's improv for sure.
Like, y'all.
Oh, man.
Like,
This thing, it's definitely.
oh my god,
there.
it's the best. Yeah. y'all.
So Matt, you brought up the food. This brings me into a head scratcher, especially for you little spicy lovers. Is hot sauce on Chinese food a thing? Okay, I didn't think you put hot sauce on Chinese food, but I just wanted to bring it up. I was curious.
Depends. I mean, like there's sriracha, but that's not really like hot sauce. I mean, I guess it's hot sauce.
I have never seen a single person put hot sauce on Chinese food.
I haven't either.
Like I'm thinking like Tapatio, Cholula, Frank's,
Like
like
Red
no.
Hot.
Yeah, never seen anybody put it because they have spicy dishes.
Mm-hmm.
See, okay.
Like there is spicy Chinese food if you want that, but like the idea of somebody getting something like eel and taking a little Tapatio and or some Tabasco, and I'm like, that seems so wrong. I
was very curious on this.
I'm not saying you can't. I mean, hey, eat your food however you want to eat your food, but that just feels wrong to me. But I'm not an expert on Chinese cuisine. But I don't think like hot sauce is a thing. Is sriracha technically like a Chinese condiment?
No, I thought that was hot sauce.
It's kind of a hot sauce, but I mean, like the international aisle of grocery stores. So like
it's a type of hot sauce or chili sauce made from a paste of chili peppers.
What's it from? Like is like I said, is it a Chinese hot sauce?
Sriracha is originally from Thailand, not China.
Hmm. So yeah, like to me, Chinese food and hot sauce has just never been a thing.
It sounded very weird to me.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe this is an overgeneralization of race here, but I do feel like black people tend to have the hot sauce thing. Like like New Orleans and everything, like it's that spice. Let's get that kick, right? Like you want that hot sauce. Like I feel like that tends like hot sauce on things tends to be a more African American kind of thing. But I don't know, putting hot sauce on Chinese food, like I said, it just sounds wrong.
I mean, I don't know. Case will put hot sauce on anything.
I mean, I love hot sauce. Don't get me wrong. I like a spicy meal, but it just seems wrong to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like soy sauce or sweet and sour sauce or like ginger, like yeah.
Just hot sauce just seems wrong. Like I'm imagining getting like some lo mein or something and taking some sriracha. I'm like I could see somebody doing, but at the same time I'm like that just seems wrong.
Or like ramen.
The only one that I would see like, all right, yeah, I could see you putting hot sauce on, and I probably wouldn't question it. Would be like beef and broccoli.
I mean,
because
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it. It'd have
People
to.
like
It'd
a little
have to
spice
be
on the meat, a little
sriracha.
spice on the veggies. I get that.
It would have to be sriracha.
But if you did like something like, chow mein or like, orange
Even
chicken or
right.
something
Oh,
like that, I'm
no.
like, what?
No, I mean ramen.
I
people
would
like their
not put
ramen
hot
spicy.
sauce on this. It is orange chicken
Yeah.
and white rice. I would
Orange chicken
not-
and rice?
Orange chicken and white rice. I would not put hot sauce on this.
Yeah, yeah, but anything like ramen related, you
That's
could definitely.
perfect food for rush hour. Good job.
I
I.
was gonna order Chinese food.
It was what was in the freezer. I do kind of miss my. Okay, random question for you guys, because when I was in college, I used to get Chinese takeout often, and I had a go-to order. It's still kind of my go-to order, but I haven't ordered it forever because I just make frozen orange chicken and white rice. But what do you? Because I feel like most people when they order Chinese food has like that meal or that item that they always order and almost never change from. What's yours?
Ooh, good question.
I'll go first while you guys are thinking. So what I would always get is chicken fried rice and pork lo mein.
Hmm.
I would always same thing all of the time. Occasionally I would get like a sweet and sour chicken if the sauce is on the side. I don't know what it was about like however they fried the chicken. I just loved it as is, or like these perfect little chicken nugget kind of feels, but that wasn't rare. Typically, chicken fried rice, pork lo mein.
Definitely chow mein all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
The super green. I'm talking Panda Express. So their super greens is really good.
I'm not a Panda Express fan.
Yeah, Panda Express's chow mein sucks.
Do not like
I would do chow mein, teriyaki chicken, orange chicken, but orange chicken I'd have to be careful about. Some people make it spicy, some people don't. So I had to test the waters on that one.
I orange chicken for me.
Oh, and pot stickers. Freaking love pot stickers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or dumplings. Sorry.
I would get crab rangoon. That was something I would always get.
Oh, those are so good.
So good.
Yeah. For me, like, there's in Vacaville, there was this place called Stir Fry that we always went to growing up, and I would always do the combination plate, and I would do like half chicken chow mein, half fried rice, and then for my two entrees, I would do teriyaki chicken, sweet and sour chicken, and then an egg roll.
Nice. Oh man, you just reminded me. Like the mall, the food court one. When we finally got a food court in the mall, I was like, oh my god, game changer. But the Chinese food place there. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but when you go to a place like that and it's like you get your rice, you get your noodles, and then like you said, your two entrees or whatever, it's just scoop. I mean, it is jam packed into that styrofoam container. They're like, there's no way I could eat all of this.
Like the noodles are like hanging out.
It is just falling out of that thing. And then like, yep, that'll be $10.50. And like, okay.
This is like 3 meals.
Could I get 2? The other one's just gonna be leftovers. I loved it. I was always impressed by like just how much they loaded you up with food, and like that was one of the reasons I would get Chinese food so often. Was like I was hungry and necessarily didn't have like a ton of money at the time, so it's like get your bang for your buck and load up.
Yeah, the Chinese food place at Sac State as a broke college student, it was great because I could get 2 meals out of it, and it was like $8 at the time. Yeah.
And I have to say, like I've thought about this before with the order in this movie of the eel and the camel's hump. I've thought about like I should look for that and try it at some time. Like but it's never hit my mind when I'm actually ordering that kind of thing. So I'm a little curious if, like what camel's hump and some eel taste like. I like eel in my sushi. I don't know how I would feel about like some greasy eel.
When they said camel's hump, I thought they were just making shit up. I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is an absolutely real item, and I have no clue what it is.
Yeah, neither do I.
No
like,
clue.
What is in the hump of a camel? I thought it was just like bone and skin.
I mean, you know what? Just because we're talking about it, I brought it up. I'm gonna see what camel's hump is.
All right. Well, while you do that, Brian, lead
I'm
us.
gonna
Yeah.
abort this one. I do have another memory. So much to where I was able to, when I was taking notes, I already had this pre-written down because I was like, I know it's coming. And that is don't ever touch a black man's radio.
Yes. I forgot about this.
The scene in itself is just amazing where Tucker or whatever, Detective Carter is just rambling as always. and Detective Lee's like, oh, enough of this, and just pushes his radio. And of course, it's Surfing in the USA is what the needle drop is. Everybody's gone surfing. And he's like, the Beach Boys are great American music. And then Carter goes, the Beach Boys gonna get you a great ass whooping. Followed by, don't you ever touch a black man's radio. You can get killed in this for doing this. And then he changes it, and then you get the needle drop of Can I Get a from Jay-Z, and you're like, oh man, this scene is on fire now. Now, can you do that to the Beach Boys? Hell no. It is such a fun little moment in the Corvette, let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of said it all already. So there's
not much. Yeah, it's so quick. It happens very quickly, but it is a really fast and fun 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he knew who the Beach Boys were, but
they were pretty popular though.
Were they?
Yeah.
Because they were popular in like what, the 60s, 70s?
I think around then. No, yeah, they weren't 50s. Yeah, I think it was
like 60s, something like that. And I was like, this is taking place in 98.
But they were definitely like world known band.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
With their hits that they had, man.
Yeah.
Surfing in the USA, Barbara Ann, Little Surfer Girl. God, these guys really knew how to make some songs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they were a different vibe too.
1960s.
Yeah, 60s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another line at the end of that scene that made me laugh that you didn't say. I can't remember it. Yeah, I don't know.
So just while there's a little break, from what I'm seeing, the camel hump really is like camel hump. It's apparently like a rare delicacy. Like I doesn't seem like they make it that often. So I would imagine that it's probably been substituted, but it does seem like it's still a dish. It just might be that the meat is technically something other than actual camel's hump. But yeah, pretty spot on description. Camel's hump.
I am not adventurous like that.
So yeah. But it sounds like it's like a fattier kind of meat though, because of just where the hump is, like what it is. It's so maybe not the healthiest of meat choices. Go ahead, Nick.
I have a scene. We're going to jump to scenes now.
Sure.
It was towards the beginning when Carter is kind of in a chase and standoff with I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he's the guy that has all the C4 in his trunk.
Clive.
Was that Clive? Yeah. But just the thing that I wrote down about this scene that made me laugh was Carter's reaction to everything in the trunk. When they open the trunk, he's like, "Ooh, that's tight. That's beautiful. That's nice. What is that?" You sounded so confident, man. Like, what are you doing?
That was a good tactic though. Just play stupid.
Yeah. I don't know who was first. Was it Brian?
I titled the scene C4 for Carter.
Okay.
It's first of all, this is the introduction to Detective Carter, and it is the best introduction, especially with the previous line is he'll be in Los Angeles. It's the safest city in the world or something like that. Then,
Yes, or something.
what?
The friendliest city.
The friendliest city in the world. Next scene, 2 months later, Detective Carter flying through traffic.
Yeah.
His Corvette. He comes out, and here comes Motor Mouth Tucker, just right off the bat. I'm like, and we're off. And he's like, "Wow, I've been waiting in the diner for you. I was in the back." What do you mean? I went in the diner. No, I was in the back of the diner. You know, whatever. I'm late. You're late. Who cares? Oh, what, you got a gun? Well, how many people you killed? About 15 already? I'm like, dang. Who is this guy? Like, you're automatically drawn to him, and then you get the impression that, oh, he's undercover. And you're like, now let's just watch what happens type thing. And it's such an entertaining scene. You got the two cops that think that they know what's going on, and I love when they're both down. At one point, Carter's like, "Didn't I tell you to stay down?"
Well, the Clive was down, and then Carter was like, "Go, get out of here, get out of here."
Yeah,
They didn't believe him.
And I just love how he's like talking shit to the cops as he's still shooting at Clive. I'm like, oh, it's such a fun scene. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I did. I love this so much, and like you said, with Tucker showing up and just the motor mouth of like he is controlling the situation, and I really love Chris Penn in this moment too, because he's got his own energy, and he's like, I was in the diner, I was in the back of the diners, I was in the diner. Like he's going with him, like he's doing exactly what you'd expect the guy who's selling explosives in the back of his car to be like, and Tucker is just controlling the situation. And Nick, like you brought up his line read when he's like that's C4, like he just the high that he goes to, and just like oh man, I've been looking everywhere for just he's so like it's so much fun, and he's so energetic and smiling the whole time. And then the cops show up, and like him doing the whole like, oh hey, like trying to talk it down. That felt like such an Eddie Murphy moment. Like I brought it up earlier, like when I think it's in the first Beverly Hills Cop, when he's in the back of the truck and the cops roll up and he's like, hey officer, does the whole like arms out, big smiles, like, hey officer, like trying to talk him down. I'm like, I need you to get the hell out of here, you're messing my stuff up, I'm a cop too. Tucker does a great job of owning it, and like you said, like really trying to get these guys to understand, like, just get out of here, I got this, it's gonna be good. Like even when he knocks him down and he's like, see, he's down, nothing to worry about, it's all good, just get out of here. And then the shootout starts, and it's absolute chaos. It's so much fun, and I love the moment when Carter is shooting at him, and it cuts to Clive in the car, and he's like, hey man, cut it out, I got C4 in the back. Like the realization, like, this guy's gonna kill me. Jumps out of the car, boom, and blows that car up. And you get the iconic freaking moment. I mean, to me, this is like straight out of the trailer. Carter blowing up a car, and then Michael Jackson kicking the move. Like, yeah. Love it so much. And what was really fun for me in this scene was watching it with Jamie when it was her first time. She was like, when it finally ends, and he's like, hey, I'm LAPD. You're under arrest. Like he reveals that he's a cop. She's like, I knew there was something going on with him. Like, just I knew there was something else. Like, she didn't pinpoint right away that he was a cop, but she was like, there's something with this guy. I knew there was something with him. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I love this. I think it's an incredible way to introduce Carter. And what's more fun for me is when it cuts to because I think we get the kidnapping. And then, but it's Carter in the police station telling his whole story. I'm like, this is Tucker. Like when you let an actor cook, I mean, like you said, his stuff is improv. Like, this is so good. And he's rambling off this bullshit story. It's like, I had to save the 2 cops. It might be, nah, it's not in it. Like, he is just rambling so much with this story that's so much energy and so much excitement about what had happened.
He
And
said 10 guys came out of the car.
yeah, like
He's came
so
out of the
shit.
trunk.
Yeah.
Trunk.
It's such a bullshit story, but like, oh God, is it so good? And
Yeah.
oh man, but this actual scene of like the whole C4 and everything, it kills me. Because I always have to bring up the bloopers in these situations, like the blooper of the cops that are trying to yell at him and they're all panicky and stuff. You can see them being, he's like, show me your ass. He's like, show me your ass. Like, you're getting so frazzled and everything. It's such a tense moment. The dude's about to lose a pinky, and I love that they're clearly having so much fun on this set. And this is just a fun scene all around. That you get the high energy of Lee before this with the fight and the gunfire and everything, and then you get Tucker with the gunfire and everything. Like it's just what you want from an action movie. Action scene. Like it's hitting hard right off the bat, and it's exciting and fun.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Nick.
You know what makes that blooper even more funny is the fact that Tucker says that off screen.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even in the shot and he's saying that.
Yeah.
The camera's not on him.
Yeah. Well, and then
Like,
watching those
that's
cops
how you
lose
can
it.
tell like he was having fun for sure.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gay or what?
Those cops losing it, man. They're
Yeah.
trying so hard. I love it because it's that close up, that 2 shots of them, and they're trying so hard to be serious and intense, and they're yelling like, rah, 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 like just spouting stuff off, and it's like, oh shit, I said something stupid.
This show me your ass blooper.
Show me your
kills me.
Show me
Every
your
time.
ass.
He said it so seriously. It's like, oh god,
Gun drawn. He's so serious too.
What, y'all gay?
Oh man. Oh, that is one of the best bloopers ever caught on film.
it's so good. Okay.
Let's see, what do you got? I got live action Hollywood tour.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I
It's
enjoyed
so
that.
funny. Like the fact that the entire tour bus is all wearing the same Hollywood tour hats is
Yeah, I saw
is
that.
like a mini joke in itself. Like, I don't think some people catch it, some people don't.
No, I caught that for sure.
They all have cameras and they're on a Hollywood tour bus. And all of a sudden a black man with a gun climbs up from the back of it and holds it to Lee's head. And then he's like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm FBI." And this is when Tucker goes from here to here. The Vogue photo shoot that he thinks he's in is just the best. And I'm like, and that's why you're Chris Tucker. Like, right there. Like, the way he's popping his smile, he's working, he's got the gun. Everything. And then on top, so why I love this scene so much is you get Tucker being Tucker, and then you get Jackie being Jackie, who's like, all right, cool. I'm dealing with this clown. He's not paying attention to me. Let's see, a street sign. I have an exit. It's just, and then you get Jackie Chan just doing his stunts again, holding onto the street sign, dropping in. The fact that he goes in and out of an RV in 2 seconds, the dad, if you watch the dad never notices.
He
The
doesn't.
dad is so pissed off that the kids are like leaning out of the front door that they don't realize that a man just went through a roof and out his door and into another car. It is, love it. The scene is just amazing. And then of course you get you have to get the classic I'm LAPD, or FBI, or who LABI, whoever you are at that point.
LABI.
Well, at one point he's FBI, then he's LAPD. He couldn't make up his mind. You have to get the classic I'm hijacking a civilian's vehicle of some kind, whether it's a motorcycle, a car, you know what's going to happen. But what I also loved about Rush Hour is most of the time these are like drawn out 10-minute car chases, things are exploding, all that stuff. He gets on a motorcycle and in 1 minute he's in front of the taxi and he's already pulling him out. There's no chase, there's just, get out. Oh, it's so good. Go ahead, Matt.
That was one of the things I really loved about this scene was how Jackie keeps escaping, Lee keeps getting away, and Carter keeps finding him. Like, it's well, the first one's hilarious. It's like he loses him at the theater, and he's like looking for him, and then Lee's just on the top of that tour bus. Is like, bye, like the happiest wave. It's just like, see you later, and like he thinks he gets away, and Carter takes off. He's running after that bus, catches him. All right, I've got him on the bus. He can't go anywhere. God, the posing kills me, and then Lee dips out again, does his thing. He's hold on to the sign. He jumps. He tucks and rolls. Like, it's so impressive. Like, he keeps escaping, but Carter keeps catching him. And I like this because it kind of shows that they're equal to a degree. You know, like it's you know that if Jackie wanted to get away, he'd be on a motorcycle. He'd be driving the car. Like everything he's a tourist, so he's doing exactly what he would be doing, and he's catching a ride with somebody else who knows their way around. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where anything is. So for him to be driving and doing all that stuff would not make sense. So it's perfect. He ends up in a taxi, and Carter chases him down with the motorcycle. I loved that he was always able to catch him, but it was still like he kept losing him. Like that all felt so real to me. And then the funniest moment to kick it all off is he's got a gun. And then the taxi driver gets out and he's got a gun. But they both do simultaneously. They both like put their hands up. It's like, drop the guns. And they just like let it sit around their ring. Like the trigger fingers. Like the simultaneous gun drop and it rolling on their hands. It was perfect. And then of course we get the reveal. Lee actually speaks English. I love this scene from start to finish. And while it's not like your typical action chase scene where things are blowing up, which I kind of like, there's not the stuff that blows up in this movie is kind of when you'd expect it to blow up.
Right.
And it wasn't
not a Michael Bay film.
It's not a Michael Bay film. But it was enjoyable. I liked it, and it's great comedy throughout too. Like and the great reveal at the end was like, and I do speak English. So go ahead.
Yeah, you guys said a lot that I was gonna say too. I also really liked the when Jackie jumps up on the street sign and then Tucker just like has no idea. I love his reaction of like being so far away and then he notices. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like that was great too. The other if I don't know why I just had this thought, but because you mentioned the what ifs or for who would have played Lee or Carter, if Dave Chappelle was playing Carter and then he got on the motorcycle and caught up to him, I would have loved for him to drop the iconic "Gotcha, bitch" line like when he like every time he catches up to him. Like that would have been perfect. But yeah, you guys pretty much said everything I was gonna say. It's a fantastic scene. There's so many levels to it too because it's Carter doesn't know that he speaks English, so he's like trying to chase down a foreigner, who like he doesn't want to lose because he could get lost in the city and not know his way around, but clearly he can get around no problem. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What do you guys think of if there was ever I mean, they're out of their primes at this point, but if we ever got a Chris Tucker, Eddie Murphy duo, would be interesting?
I would love it, but
too much for me.
Part of me is curious if we
I think it would be so entertaining.
Like who would be the more obnoxious one?
To me, it would be like you've heard the saying "steel sharpens steel," right? I feel like they would be comedically pushing each other.
Like just one upping each other
Just,
every time.
exactly, just
Yeah.
trying to make the other one bust, or you're doing, what I think it's a buddy cop thing that we missed out on.
I mean, they could do stuff like the whole like stop copying me, like that kind of stuff, or like who can get their voice pitch higher, like yeah, they could get real funny, like real fun.
Because you got Tucker who can be the motor mouth, you got Eddie who could be the sarcastic one, and if they're like teaming their talents up together, like I just think I think it's a movie that we missed out on. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah. What do we have?
Unless like Eddie Murphy is like the grandpa or something.
Oh, like he plays characters.
Tone down.
Yeah.
For 5.
I would have loved to seen those two together. I like the comedy that they could do. It'd have to be the right movie. Like that's the real trick. Is like it has to be a well-designed comedy.
Oh, for sure.
Yuck.
I have another scene, unless if somebody else wants to go.
Open waters.
Yeah. It's the bar scene when essentially the chase is now done, and Lee and Carter go into the bar, and then they go. But was it a basement or like a back room or both?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It was just a back room. I don't think it was a basement or anything.
Yeah.
I titled this Pool Hall Brawl.
Pool Hall. Oh, okay.
See, I was titling it You Can't Say That, Jackie.
I think I like yours better.
I mean, both are good, but yeah, that's great. I love the psych out of Carter actually being friends with the guy, but he's trying to like act tough in front of Lee to like show him the ropes or whatever. But my favorite moment from this scene is when Carter leaves that room, and he just goes, "Y'all better clean this shit up and brush your teeth."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of that red suit?
Ooh, I liked it.
It felt like this is another like, wow, this just feels like a 90s movie right now. For like, I just don't think anyone's rocking the red suit in 2025.
No.
In the back hall of a pool, or in the back room of a pool hall, with whatever front you've got going on and everything, I'm like, red suit probably not happening. 90s, yeah, that's really, story checks out.
It's very like Saints Row, like the video game, like how they wear like the purple suits, but it's like that's like the red version for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fresh Prince gone bad or something. The reason I wrote this scene down was for we get to see Jackie being Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
The choreography that he's doing in this one is incredible, between pool balls to pool cues to anything. The fact that he's like, I don't want any trouble, like that's his first thing. It's like, no, I don't want any trouble, and then he kicks the shit out of him. He's like, I don't want any trouble. And then of course, I mean, Matt, you already brought up what initiates everything is because all he's doing was listening to Carter, who said, just do as I do. Walks up to the bar and says, I don't know, we're live, I don't think I can say it, but he says, "What's up, my N-word?" And they're like, "What did you just say?" Arguably, I feel like they should have been a little bit more lenient looking at Jackie and been like, maybe he doesn't understand what he's saying. Like, I feel like we jumped to conclusions a little bit. But Jackie definitely, or Lee definitely held his own, and it's really good choreography, and I just love watching the sequence of it. Go ahead, Jen.
I think my favorite part is actually the blooper of it, where Jackie shocks himself. Like, he breaks the pool stick with
Oh,
his
yeah.
hand, and he's just like,
Oh,
Yeah.
like that is the best.
strong one this is.
That was the best reaction.
Yeah.
Go back.
I love this scene from start to finish when so the start of the scene being they walk in and Carter is messing with the dude who's smoking a spliff. He's got that little roach that he's hitting. I was like, what is this? A cigarette. A cig of weed. Like cig of weed. That line kills me every time. Like I feel so bad for this poor guy who's just like clearly high off his ass. Who knows what he's feeling?
Put her
But
up
like,
a coma.
yeah, I do. Like he's so sad, and Carter's just messing with him so hard. I don't know how I feel about him taking that roach and putting it in his pocket. Weird. About to burn yourself, bud. But that's how it starts. This scene of him, giving this guy shit, and then they go into the back room, and that whole thing is fun. Of like he creates the tension. He makes it so like, oh shit, what's about to go down, and then Jackie leaves the room. The door shuts, and it's like, what's up, man? It's just like everybody just breathe a little bit now. So I love all of it. It makes me laugh and everything. And the interactions between Carter and his cousin is really fun. I love how when he brings up,
cousin?
as he says, is his cousin, yeah.
Oh man.
But I love how he like one of the things that he brings up is like, how come you weren't at church on Sunday? And it's like, I had some stuff to take care of, but I caught the night service. Like like it's. All those little moments were fun. I just because you brought up the red suit, I had to find the guy. The actor, his name is Clifton Powell, but my God, man, he was looking good in this suit, right?
It works, man. Yeah.
He was looking
The tie. I love the tie.
all of it. He was looking good. And you're right, like he totally stands out in this grimy pool hall. Like, but that's kind of the point. But dude was looking good in that red suit. The fight scene goes through, and then the kicker of Jackie, I don't want any trouble, kicks all of their asses, and then the dude's about to light up another joint, just takes from, it's bad for you, throws it down. Like, it kills me. This scene it's got it all, and they do this so often throughout this movie where you get the comedy, you get the action. It's just so well done and fun.
I too love this scene. I do have a slight nitpick on it though. So Carter starts off at the very beginning, where the girl at? Where the girl at? Where the girl at? I don't know where's the girl at? Where the girl at? Right? Like that's pretty much all he's doing. And then he tells Lee to leave and all that stuff. So then Lee goes through what he goes through, and then he ends up bursting back into the room. Carter grabs his cousin again, and immediately starts saying, where's the girl at? I feel like there should have been different dialogue, because I feel like Detective Lee would have picked up on, so I was out there getting my ass handed to me. The only thing your puppet ass has been saying, or your parrot ass has been saying, is where's the girl at? It doesn't really check out to me. Lee's smarter than that. I think he would have suspected something was up.
I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah,
but it's also, I think
this is when you watch the movie like 100 times.
But I think it's also the problem of like you, because we now have the fact of like knowing that Tucker improv'd a lot of his lines. That's where it feels like the improv to me, of like he wasn't prepared, he wasn't thinking about where this argument would go.
Come on, Tucker, you might want to do another take another shot at that one, you know?
Yeah, possibly. But I kind of like it from a character standpoint of him going back to the same thing and like parroting, right? Because he doesn't have anything to go off of. Like he has no other information. He's just, up until this point, he's really just been going to the people that he knows that are involved in the shady business. It's like, hey, you know me, I know you, hook me up. Give me some information. Give me anything I can go with. And like he gets some things, but it's kind of the same information. And he goes to that default of like, where's the girl? Because like that's the main problem, and he knows that that's what Lee cares about. So, while I'm with you, he should have had something else to kind of say or yell at these guys. I like that he does it.
Yep.
I didn't really pick up on that Lee would be suspicious of it. I don't know. It wasn't like super apparent on his face, or he didn't really show like anything like that. So
no, definitely not.
Well, he looks so serious, and I think it's after he's fighting out there and he storms in there to see like, oh, the tension is still in this room. It's like,
yeah,
I'm not looking to start another shootout or fight in here. So it's just kind of like, we should go.
yeah.
What do I have? Okay.
I've got a bunch of quotes, but one of those is kind of a scene. Sure. So it's the call for the ransom. So this is it's right after all of this stuff, I believe, when they're getting yelled at by the FBI and everything. He's getting shoot out, and Carter kind of gets the upper hand on him because Consul Han shows up. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to call my chief right now. I'm going to, just go to call the captain.
Oh, this must be the G14 classified.
Yeah, exactly. But
FBI stuff.
Yeah, he's playing it so cool. I love it. But the little moment that I love is when he goes to pick up the phone, and it's something that's really easy to miss because it's a sound cue. It rings the split second before he picks up. And like you can honestly almost miss that sound entirely. It happens so fast. But the fact that it's there, I love, because he picks up the phone and he just like, hello? Like just answers the phone, and then it's the guy calling for the ransom. And honestly, with all of the movies that I've seen where people have like the kidnapper has called to give the ransom, and they're like, keep them on the phone, keep them on the phone, keep it going. Like, Carter is the dude I would want on the phone to get this guy to keep talking. Like he was dragging this conversation out in such a normal, like it felt like a casual conversation for him, where he's just like, what do you want him to know my name for? Like, you called me. Like, it's just he's doing all of this stuff that's dragging this conversation out, that's getting the time that they need to trace the phone call and everything. But at the same time, he's still like, okay, you're the kidnapper. Give me the information. I'm here for you. Like, but the line that gets me, it's the because of the bloopers of him not being able to get the name right, and then, who you think you got, Chelsea Clinton. That one is funny. But what kills me is when he rattles off how he wants the 50 mil.
Yes.
20 million in 50s, 20 million in 20s, 10 million in 10s. You want any fives with that? Kills me. That is such a good line, and I die. Makes me laugh every time.
So funny.
I wrote that quote down too, Matt. Yeah.
It's so good. And again, it's about the delivery. His reads or his just the improv of it all is so good.
20 million in 20s, 10 million in 10s. Do you want any fives with that?
Wasn't the first one 50 million in?
It's
50s?
20 million in 50s, 20 million in 20s, 10 million in 10s.
10 and 10, and then do you want any fives with that?
They killed me.
He just knows like what to add to the end. Because like,
go ahead.
The whole like, when he says y'all better clean this shit up, like that to me sounds like the scripted part. And then when he says and brush your teeth, that's him improving.
Yeah.
And then when he says, the million and tens, whatever, and says, you want any fries with that? That's the improv. Like, he knows like what to add to the end of like a scripted line.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I wonder if they did a bunch of takes of him just doing like a bunch of different improv for like the same line, and then like they picked like the best one.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Where Tucker's like, I've got about like 4 or 5 ideas. Just roll the tape.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he just rolls them off. Like, yeah. Yeah. It's talent.
I also love is after Carter was being Carter, they cut to Sang, and he's like, no, who am I talking to? Because I just want them to know who's responsible for the death of the Soul's daughter. It's like, oh, this guy is not joking around. Like, he means business. He's like, this whole like fives. I'm not here for that. I'm here for my money.
Yeah. No bullshit from that guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other good scenes.
I've got like a couple scenes. I'd probably say about few more notes left, to be honest. It's a short movie.
Yeah, it's only an hour and a half, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got I've got Chinese kung food.
Okay, that's good.
I like that one.
Thank you.
I like that
That's
one.
good. That's good.
Yeah, so this is it's basically the battle on top of the restaurant, or not the battle, the fight on top of the restaurant. A lot of, Matt, you talked earlier about how sometimes Jackie can throw in some comedy as well. Jackie running in, screaming, "Stop it!" Jackie running in, screaming FBI, and then just throwing the badge.
Like falls, yeah.
It's LAPD.
Oh no, that's right. LAPD is not FBI. Yeah, LAPD just throws the badge. The gun goes out the window. Just all that. And once again, it's another really good fight scene. Great use of furniture on this one. Jackie is just all over the place on furniture, and
That chair, the
chair.
Remember the chair? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And who better than Jackie to utilize objects around the room to get to use as weapons? Like, I think I remember. No, I did. I mentioned this in Shanghai Noon, where you could be watching a scene and you won't even notice something, and then all of a sudden it's in Jackie's hands as a weapon, and you're like, I didn't even notice that was there. This is the same thing in Rush Hour, where you're in a scene and you're like, there's these items, but you don't really notice them until Jackie's beating them upside someone's head, and you're like, oh, I guess that was there. He's just so masterful at doing that. And I love even like the use of the rug when they just use it to basically slingshot the freaking gun right to Carter. I'm like, it's awesome. Like, the choreography on this one is just fantastic. Go ahead, Matt.
The start of this scene, I love it. It kills me every time too. Like, it's Carter's there. They're about to kick his ass, and he's just no. He's talking shit, and he's like, fight me like a man. Come on, do it. Fight me. And then all of a sudden, just a foot to the face, and he's just like, which one of you kicked me? Like, just the big eyes, the shock of it all, and then just, which one of you kicked me? And the one guy so confident,
which
me.
one of y'all kicked me?
Okay. That moment when he gets kicked in the face kills me. It is fucking hilarious.
That is so good.
But the fight scene is so good, and like you said, it's the moment with the chair. The fact that he rolls into the chair, tips it over, has a little fight sequence, and then rolls back into the chair and sets it
right
like it keeps. I'm like,
yes,
that's the stuff where it's like, you don't see it happen in fight sequences. You don't see it happen in modern choreography at all.
Not at all.
This is such a unique.
It's a lost art.
It's such a unique thing to Jackie Chan in his movies of using what's in the room. Like, it doesn't have to be some crazy elaborate thing. What's there? How can I use it? And there was an example of, he's on like I think he's on like Conan or something doing an interview, and it's just like, yeah, how do you come up with the fight sequences and stuff? And he's like, well, you pretend it's this, and like he's pretending to fight, and Conan throws like a pillow at him, and he's doing this whole thing. It takes like, they just talked about it. They run through it real fast, and it's like, it looks so impressive, like they've been training for forever. And like, again, it's just him throwing a pillow at him like a frisbee, pretending it's a weapon, and like nobody does that. And I think because we did John Wick, it might be the closest I've seen to anything where they kind of use the environment around them, but it's such a gun heavy thing that like nobody uses the environment for hand-to-hand combat like Jackie does. I mean, in the pool room, using the pool cues, that's obvious, right? Like
the stool, that is so cool.
The stool, yeah, like all of the things he uses what's in the room. And it's like you said, it's not anything you would ever expect somebody to use as a weapon or for defense, and it's brilliant. It's just so impressive. I wish other people had that way of thinking when it comes to fight choreo, because it would make it feel more unique. It would make it feel so much more real. But go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. In the beginning, he's dressed like one of the servers at the restaurant, and he's carrying a tray of like 4 plates of food, and he even uses that as like his initial weapon. Like he throws it like a frisbee or a disc or whatever. And then I remember this other part. It was really quick. I can't remember if it was like before the chair or after the chair, but Jackie's fighting one of the guys, and there's this like hand game going on with the gun, like, and the gun is like moving over, and like hand is coming over, gun gets hit, and like the other guy uses his hand to cover it. Jackie knocks his hand out of the way. Then it's like this whole like, you know, like those like matching games, like those memory matching games. It was kind of like one of those things where like the hands kept moving around, and like where's the gun? What hand is it under? You know, it was just so cool, and it happened like in the blink of an eye.
That's when he accidentally throws the gun out the window, though, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like, again, like it's not even just the fact that Jackie Chan uses his environment, but it's the moves that he uses in general.
Yeah.
That it just like he combines those two elements so well. Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, Jen. I was just gonna say like the Carter gets like the final punchline of this whole scene, and I love it. He calls out Lee for, you know, throwing the badge, throwing the gun, and the restaurant blows up, and they're lying there, and he just looks over and is like, "Is that my gun? That is my gun." Like, just
I remember that.
That's the stuff that's like so freaking hilarious to me that like they didn't have to put that in there. There's no reason for Carter to ever get his gun back after it's thrown out a window. But for them to go through all of that, the restaurant to blow up, and for them to land right next to his gun and his reaction, it's just hilarious. Jen, did you have something?
Yeah, there's a really funny scene in within this year, I guess, what Carter's doing. So like it's when Jackie and Carter are doing like their teammate fighting, and they do like their kick, and just like when they're Lee's like, "Okay, go," you just see Chris Tucker just hold like this, like in the background, and it kills me every time. It's so funny.
It's like I'm just gonna copy you now.
It's like the whole like Instagram and reality. Jackie Chan's Instagram.
How I think I look when I fight, how I actually look when I fight.
Exactly.
Expectation versus reality. That's good. That's good.
It's so funny.
I've got a general head scratcher for you guys.
General head scratcher.
And thank you.
When you said in general, I was thinking it, but like,
oh yeah.
I don't have an answer for this. How many times does Carter scream Lee?
That's a drinking game, man.
Right? And I think it gets even worse in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But I've got at least if I were to estimate, I'm thinking at least 50 times throughout Rush Hour.
Easy.
You think easy?
Easy 50 times.
Okay. I didn't think it was in the hundreds, but I just, you
No.
know, once again, testing you guys, seeing if anyone has a rough.
Oh, God. I mean, without a question in the double digits, but like
You think double? Interesting.
at least it's
Okay.
at least in the double digits. But I mean, like that's obviously between 10 and 99. But it's a lot, and especially since like the amount of times that he screams it in one scene, you know.
I know.
God,
He says it a lot.
I don't really remember like him saying it Lee so often.
Oh, he's
That's a
always
lot.
screaming for Lee.
Like saying his name Lee or just
Yeah.
screaming for him.
Screaming Lee, yeah.
Just
So-
yeah, in general, Lee, Lee, Lee.
I just
Well, it's funny because you remind me of like in the sequels. Yes, I think he definitely screams it more, but I think it's in the second one. There's like 3 bloopers of him accidentally calling him Jackie, and there's like one scene where he's like, "Jackie, kick the door down." It's like, okay, like,
Okay, Chris Tucker.
okay, Chris Tucker. Jackie, kick it down. Jackie again, and kicks it like it's.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh, man. There's a blooper in Rush Hour that always kills me too. It's when Jackie goes and says, "We have to tell him Rush Hour." Then Chris is like, "Okay, let's go tell him," because you're like, "I have no idea what you just said." I'm doing a quick Google search. How many times does Carter say Lee? Let's see if this pops up.
I feel like somebody's got to have a count of it. All right.
What does Google AI tell you?
Well,
Nothing.
Well, we're on like the the
Nothing.
bloopers bits for
Someone
a little
hasn't
bit.
counted it yet.
Losers.
Be the first, and then make a post of it on IMDb.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But along with the bloopers, and you kind of bringing up that one where Jackie struggles with his English, I do think that Jackie does a great job with his English. It's definitely difficult for him, but the blooper where Tucker is struggling with his Chinese and he can't get it right, and Jackie calls him out, and he's like, "It's 3 words. He can't say 3 words. Like like you make fun of my English, but like he can't even say 3 words." Like I love that moment, and it's funny because you can see Tucker is just like getting frustrated. It's like, it's not that hard. I can't say it. But when they finally get it, like that scene, the final scene when he just spurts out that beautiful Chinese, it's like, nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it, Chris.
Exactly. There's another. It's not in Rush Hour. I forgot if it's 2 or 3, but it's an airline blooper. Gefilte fish.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the second one.
That is.
Gefilte fish. I'm pretty sure they cut that. Like they just cut that out of the movie too. Like he doesn't end up saying it in the movie.
The lady sounds so.
Gefilte fish.
Gefilte
fish. I'm so happy they kept the bloopers for these movies because they are hilarious.
I don't know why every movie doesn't have blooper credits. It should be an absolute Hollywood rule.
Well, it's the Carter method of like somebody just dies and he just goes, "Damn," you know, like I think he actually says it in this one. I don't think it's part of the blooper, but it's like Juntao falls and he goes, "Damn," you know he did.
No, he did.
But then you get the second one where the guy gets blown out of the window and he's just like, "Damn," you know he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3, and they lose it. Like, I love it, man. Chris Tucker is so funny.
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
I have kind of a nitpick with this movie, so maybe you guys can help me, push these thoughts down or whatever. But
You take those feelings and you push them down.
Yeah. So this movie's called Rush Hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the girl gets taken during rush hour. Okay, like that's kind of the theme here. But I feel like I wanted more action scenes that were during more rush hours. You know what I mean? Like I thought, especially like, we already talked about the Hollywood tour, pursuit chasing. Like I wanted something that could have been where if they're trying to chase each other, they end up on the freeway, right? Like during rush hour, and
on the
it could
405.
be them chasing each other in like the emergency lanes, like on the very left and right of the freeway, or and then they start like running and hopping on cars, because all the cars are in a traffic jam, or both of them, find motorcycles and then they start chasing each other, like lane splitting through like stopped cars. I kind of wish that they had gone a little bit more with the theme, with at different parts of the movie, and not just in the beginning when the girl gets taken. So essentially, what I'm asking is, do you guys agree that there should have been more of that, or is what they did perfect? I don't know who was first, Matt or Jen.
You can go ahead, Jen.
Well, I don't. Rush hour has more than one meaning. Like, it's not necessarily talking about like the rush hour traffic. You think about how Soo Young has like C4 strapped on her, and that can blow up, and like everything is done within like a matter of like hours. So if you say like rush space hour, everything is like time consuming, and time is of the essence. Not like for me, not necessarily is it just like, okay, it's rush hour traffic time. So I think that's why the title of this movie does make sense to me. If that
Okay.
helps at all.
So it's more than just like the traffic aspect of it, even though like the girl got taken during rush hour traffic.
Or
It's like a double entendre then, I guess. It's like you
Yeah.
said, it's a time sensitive thing. But because they do the title drop when after she gets taken, like someone says it's rush hour. And I was like, oh, there's the title of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I like that. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Jen, I'm glad that you said that, because for me, it's been one of it's hard to say that it's a problem, but it's like one of my biggest problems with this whole series is like it's called Rush Hour, but to me it's always felt like there's never been like a rush hour aspect to these movies. Like it was that moment at the beginning. It's like is there a problem, officer? No problem. Just rush hour. Bam. And like that's it. It's always just been that title drop, and that's the only reference to rush hour. I like what you're saying though, Jen. Because to me, it was always kind of like a failure of the title for these movies. At the same time, I've never been able to come up with a better title. I'm like, Rush Hour is such a good name. Then like it doesn't bother me that they don't do anything with traffic or rush hour itself. Like it's never bothered me. It's that good of a title, but it is just like, it's never had anything to do with rush hour. So it's kind of like, why that name? But it's a good name. I don't have a better one. I like that thought process because I can put that to pretty much all of these movies where they are kind of like, it is in a hurry. They are trying to do, especially in this first one where it's like, okay, it is the hour. We've got the information. We've got to get them the ransom, and now action is taking place and we got to go. Like it does feel rushed, but speed and time is of the essence, especially in the final scene where it's like you got to get it done, and you got to get everybody out of here to safety, and we got to get this bomb off. It's running out of time. Like I like that mentality with this title so much more than what I've gone through for the last 30 years.
Wow.
I've never thought of it. I've never thought of it that way. And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. I like it.
Jen just answered some 30-year-old questions here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Is
chip
that-
away at Matt's trauma.
To make the real, I don't know what. Whoa.
Who wins the
Go ahead,
movie? The title.
I I have a nitpick, and then the rest of my notes are basically the ending scenes and
Towards
everything.
the end, yeah.
Yeah, which is normally how I do save it for. All right, my nitpick, and it's very general, but I just want to have the discussion. The FBI.
They're listening to you.
That's fine.
So watch what you say.
Yeah, choose your words carefully.
All I'm saying is, if I was an FBI agent after watching these movies, I would just feel. I just wouldn't feel good about myself. These type of movies always always portray the FBI just very poorly. And I'm sorry, like in this particular movie, the FBI drives me insane. These two egocentric assholes, like all they care, they're so territorial. They're just like, this is our case, this is our turf, no one's getting on it. They don't even give Detective Lee a chance without even meeting him. And then they're like, oh, we're just gonna pair him with the LAPD because we don't want to use our own men to embarrass them. And they are messing up this case more than Lee and Carter. Let's just say that. Like, they are making some stupid decisions. Even Lee tries to save their boys in the building, and they don't. And once again, their ego just decides to get in the way, and now they have all these men that are dead because of their ego. Like, the FBI just making poor choices in this one. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, even with this watch, watching those two, I was like thinking, I was like, wait, are they with Juntao? I was like, I don't remember that, because they're acting like, especially with how against Lee that they are. I'm just like, oh, they're definitely on the other team. But then I'm seeing the guys like, yeah, I was like, okay, what the heck? So yeah, I'm with you there. Like, they're very, they're strange.
They're definitely just more in the way than anything else.
Yeah, well, although that one guy did protect what do you call him? The
Consul Han.
Consul Han. Yeah. The consul. Yeah. So he did a good job protecting him. Gotta give him credit there.
I will.
Yeah, with the FBI in this one, what you guys are saying it all, but like what's really interesting to me is when you watch what they're doing, it's very odd because they are not trying to solve this kidnapping. They're not they're basically just, yep, get him the money, give him the money. It's like, what are you doing? You're not trying to find this kidnapper. You're not trying to track them down. Like, you have done zero police work in solving this crime and getting this girl back. You've basically just boiled down to, we can't do anything. Well, I guess we just got to give him the 70 mil.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very weird. It's very weird that they do what appears to be next to nothing other than basically just give in to the terrorist demands, which is strange. So
yep, they just stay at the consulate, and then when shit goes down because of Lee and Carter, that's when they decide to leave the consulate and yell at them, and then go right back to the consulate. I'm like,
well, and what was the plan when they left? Give them the money. The only time that they was the first time that they were supposed to deliver the ransom. They go in guns a-blazing, right? Ready to take them out, and it's like, okay. That's you trying to make an effort to get this girl, but like you fucked up hard. And then what? You're just like, we failed. Give them the money. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
America doesn't negotiate with terrorists except for Los Angeles.
Look at LA.
I mean, didn't work out in Die Hard. Why is it working out now?
Yeah. Anyway,
it
doesn't ruin the movie for me.
No,
it's just
But because you brought up the scene where they blow up the building, I've never quite understood the whole thing where Lee says, you know, if you were asking for $50 million, would you be in a place like that? I don't really understand what he means by that. And at the same time, it's like, if I had kidnapped a diplomat's daughter and I was asking for $50 million, where would I want to be? You know?
A bunker.
It is a weird line.
It was just like, at the same time, I can understand where he's coming from, where it's like, this is a construction building. This is not like a sound space. Like,
right.
There's certainly some red flags for why you wouldn't want to just go into this thing, but
it seems like he's grasping at straw at that point, though.
It's just, I've just never understood what he means by, if you were asking for $50 million, would you be in a place like that? And like, what's wrong with it? I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to put myself into the mindset of a kidnapper asking for $50 million, which is maybe a good thing, but I don't quite understand what he means by that. And that being said, why would you ask for $70 million and say, yeah, we're in a Chinese food restaurant? That's a better spot to be in? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is why you can't give it the 5.
No, the Chinese restaurant was the $50 million drop.
That's the $70 million.
No, the 70s at that museum thing.
Yeah, I don't even know the name of the building.
Was it still $50 million when they were supposed to meet them at the Chinese place? Okay. That's right, because the first one was like, now you know I'm serious.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah. So still, $50 million at a Chinese food restaurant. Like,
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, which brings us to the what is it's like I know it's a museum, not really a museum, but it's got all the Chinese artifacts.
It's
almost like an exhibition center.
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's a Chinese exhibition.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is, when you get to this place, you're not blinking. It is nonstop until the end of the movie. It is, there's so much that is going on, and it's perfect. From just the way the way that they disabled the bomb on Su Young to what I wrote down, it was like a moment within a scene, and it was I just titled it "Saving Artifacts."
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, Detective Lee is just doing everything he can. He purposely takes shots.
He takes so
just
many
to
hits.
Save the artifacts, and we already know the saddest part is he wins, and he's about to leave and just spraying bullet. It takes it down, and Jackie's reaction to it is so good. It's like,
Shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
You tried, Lee. You did such a great job.
Jackie's comedy is so good.
But I mean, but Jackie, because now it's Jackie doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he's kicking the vase and then punching and then kicking and punching and rolling, he uses his back to. He basically becomes a table. All of it. I'm like, I don't know how he does this. It is so impressive to watch him do his stunts, and we get to see it multiple times in Rush Hour. But this one really stood out to me a lot because of like, it's more of like finesse, because he's literally trying to break fragile artifacts prevent fragile artifacts from breaking, and he's in a fight while doing it. You can't be the big big brass and just come in hard and just you're gonna do all the damage in the world. He's now trying to do almost opposite of that, and it's really, really fun to watch. And I mean, there's other things like the final drop of his that he does too is just incredible. I'm not sure how they filmed that. I don't know if they actually had Jackie dangling over that type of height, knowing that they were going to have him fall into the banner or not. I couldn't tell you. It looks pretty freaking real though. The way that it's shot, it really looks like he's just hanging onto the pole and just waiting to drop. But yeah, this whole scene is it's amazing. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, two things now, but
Sure.
I guess to answer your question first, when he's falling down, he's definitely green screen on strings and doing like the falling motion. Because I would
Okay.
highly doubt that he's actually falling from that height. Um, and when he's hanging onto that like truss or whatever that thing is,
Mm-hmm.
that has to be soundstage. Like I can't imagine he's actually at that height in that building in real life. But the thing I wanted to say too about the vase, like the big like brown vase or whatever, I don't know if it was just me, but my eyes were on the vase and not on the fighting because I did not want that thing to break. I was more worried about the vase than Lee.
Well, you missed some really good fighting because I mean, at one point when he gets the vase on his back, he now has two hands free. He fires off 5 or 6 punches in 3 seconds, and it's just like boom, 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 and then they're all like knocked out. And I'm like, that is so fast.
Yeah,
And the
I'll have to
is just
rewatch that scene again.
on his back the entire time. I'm like, oh my god, Jackie, how do you do what you do?
Yeah, because I saw him like, but I didn't see what the enemies were doing at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch that and like not look.
focus on Jackie, man, because he is
Yeah.
doing masterful work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
I feel so bad watching him just getting kicked. I mean, they're kicking the shit out of him, and
Big
he is so desperate to save that thing. He does, and then it just shattered. Oh god, hilarious, but it is heartbreaking at the same time. But I have a little nitpick about this whole scene with Lee, and he screams out Juntao. I think he does it a couple of times. Like, why are you alerting the bad guy you're following him? Like, he has.
When is this?
It's the same scene. It's after he's fought everybody and he's got the C4 vest on and he's climbing up the ladder to get to Juntao, and he keeps screaming Juntao, like why alert that you're on your way?
That's when he runs up to Tucker, right, or to Carter.
I mean, that starts, but like
because he's got the C4 vest.
Yeah,
and Carter goes, "Now I know that ain't the bomb."
Yeah.
And he goes, Juntao. He's like, yeah, go get it to Juntao.
Yes, yeah. Well, he screams it like 3 times after that, and it doesn't make any sense to me. When you're getting the upper hand, like you're catching up to him, why let the bad guy know that you're getting closer? Especially since now he's like, oh, now I have to keep going. Like, he stopped. He gave you the opportunity to catch up and to beat him. But instead, you alert your presence, and now he's aware that you're coming. And it leads to the second nitpick. If you're Juntao, would you use your briefcase of money as a weapon?
He's trying to make it
dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah,
he screws up big time on that.
I wrote that as a head scratcher, as why use the briefcase full of money?
Yeah.
What are you doing, you idiot?
Is that his only weapon of opportunity?
I mean,
Aside from
technically,
maybe
but
your foot.
that too.
Yeah.
Or the fact that he's like dangling, maybe just run away.
There's that too.
Let
Again,
him climb up, but yeah, at least you have a slight advantage.
yeah. So like I said, I don't like that Lee is announcing that he's coming. I don't like that the bad Juntao is attacking him with his money. I
did not think of the announcing. You make a really, really good point on that, and I have no counter. Yeah.
They do it all of the time in movies, and I don't like it. Like, there are some occasions where it's like, yes, I understand why you're screaming. You want their attention. But in an instance like that, where you're chasing after this guy and he thinks he's gotten away or he's far enough away from you, that's not the moment to scream, hey, I'm coming after you. Not the time.
Did anyone find it confusing that throughout the movie, Detective Lee refers to Sang as Juntao?
No, he
See,
doesn't.
that's what I thought his name. That's what I thought
Yeah,
the
he
blonde
does.
guy
No, he doesn't.
was Juntao.
He says it multiple times. He sees Sang behind the bar in the expedition and says Juntao.
He's screaming at the white guy. He's screaming at the British guy who is Juntao.
I don't think Juntao was in the shot at that point, was he?
Yeah. He's screaming.
Okay.
He's screaming it at the British guy because at that point it's been established. They figure like Carter's figured out because when they're standing there and Consul Han is doing his speech, they walk in and Carter just kind of drops his like, "Hey, I saw that guy at the Chinese restaurant." You can see Lee kind of go, "He was there," because he knows who that guy is, and he's connecting the dots and realizing that's Juntao.
Wait, at that point he was then on the podium and Sang was at the bar, so how would he be?
He sees Juntao. He doesn't call him Juntao yet until Juntao is at the bar talking to Sang. Earlier in the movie...
Oh, that's right. That's right. Juntao walked in.
Yeah.
You're right.
He walks over there to talk to him. Because earlier in the movie, Lee actually says, like, his name is Sang. He's, dangerous guy. Like, he calls him by name. So he never actually refers to Sang as Juntao because everybody's like, nobody knows what he looks like. Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
So
it took, I'll be honest, it took me like 4 or 5 watches to realize that Sang was not Juntao.
It's not him. Although I think that's the point though, is like because he is kind of the face, he's the guy who's calling for the ransom. Like he's the guy. It makes sense that he'd be Juntao.
Because that's who I thought was Juntao, was the blonde guy.
And I think that's the point. It's the misdirection, so that when it's finally revealed in the Chinese restaurant that it's like, he's the mastermind. It's meant to be that big surprise, that big reveal, and I think they do a good job of it. Good misdirect.
I am very happy with Carter's reaction to the FBI.
Oh yeah. I love his reaction, but what makes me laugh is the FBI's reaction to him.
The Bob Barker?
Is that when they offer him the job?
Yeah.
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 The Bob Barker?
Yeah, it sounds like that. It sounds so weird.
Totally sounds like it.
The Bob Barker. Okay, yeah. Yes. Now I'm with you. Yeah. Yes. I've never paid attention. I don't think I ever heard him say that until this time, but just like you take that badge, shove it up your ass. Shove it straight up your asses. I'm LAPD. And the whole bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That weak little.
So weak. I was like, dude,
yeah. You got the upper hand. Oh, you got him. Oh, you got him.
Yeah.
You know, when he says, take that badge, in my mind, I thought his next line was going to be, is shove it up your hairy ass, but he didn't add the hairy, so that kind of made me upset.
Really?
Because that would have made it just extra,
Yes.
Shove it up your hairy ass,
No, but I respect him for his decision and staying with LAPD. Good job, Carter.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, I do feel bad that he's possibly screwed himself over of ever being in the FBI because he's obviously made a point to try. But after the way he was treated by them and how he solves everything, it's like, hell yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah. I don't need you. But
yeah, he's got Lee anyway.
Exactly.
We already know 2 and 3.
Which I do love that Rush Hour 2 takes place essentially right after this one.
Yeah.
I although what's the gap? Because it's 2000 or something, isn't it? When Rush Hour 2 comes out?
Give me 1 sec.
I saw he didn't free fall from that, but he did injure himself really badly. There was a stunt where he fell 6 feet and like some awnings were supposed to catch him, but they didn't. So he messed up his spine.
Ooh, damn. See, this is why his insurance is so expensive.
Yeah.
But Rush Hour 2 came out in 2001. So
2001, yeah.
So 3 years later, but it takes place, I think, like a week later.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love the ending of this movie, and it's such a solid way for them to end, and the kicker that sends us right off and makes me laugh. Lee's got the headphones on, and he starts singing "War" again. Oh hell no! Love it. Oh god, it kills me. What's the note that Lee hits is like, oh, like
yeah,
he's getting all into it. It kills me. It kills me. So funny.
Like, what are we supposed to do for 15 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Love it.
I think I'm down to quotes. I'm trying to think if there was anything else to unpack in like the ending, but I think we covered all the major points.
Yeah. It's not a very complicated story. Like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's a 90-minute 90s action movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wipe yourself off, man, you're dead is one of the best comebacks ever.
Oh yeah.
Like him going up to him saying wipe yourself off, you're bleeding, and then he just retaliates with wipe yourself off, man, you're dead. Woo!
Yeah, like wipe the dead off of you.
I didn't like the comeback so much. Like I don't know why it didn't have the same impact. I loved bad guys, like they punch him in the face and he just kind of casually is like, wipe yourself off, you're bleeding. Like just the way that he says it is like so cold.
The delivers,
And I don't know why, but Tucker's delivery for the wipe yourself off, man, you're dead. Like it's cocky and stuff, but it just doesn't hit for me. I love that he calls it back though, but it just,
all right, workshop. What would you say?
I don't know. It feels a little weak. Cause to me, the wipe yourself off, you're bleeding is just such a cold villain line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never liked it. I don't know. I don't really know why. I don't know why I don't like it, but it's just never hit home for me.
Well, but what if he added to it? Like he said, wipe yourself off. Oh, wait, you're dead. Like he added, like added the element of like, just kidding.
That's too sassy.
Yeah.
What if he did something like, forget wiping, man, you're dead.
Maybe.
No.
That's not bad. It's not bad. One, it's just like the other part of me too is like we forget about the fact that the FBI guy is there. I don't know. Maybe it would have been a funnier moment where it's like he looks over at the FBI guy with the bullet wound and he just says the same line to him, like, wipe yourself off, man, you're bleeding. Like, just redirect it.
Not bad.
Redirect it to the FBI guy. It makes it funnier, but I don't know. I don't.
Maybe
like
you just don't find death funny, Matt.
I guess not.
No, Kiwi. No.
All right.
Christmas.
I'm down to quotes, friends.
Yeah, I've got a couple quotes.
And I've said a lot of them.
Same. I'm looking at mine. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've got 3.
I'll go.
I got 3.
I can go first. Clive says to Tucker, he goes, "So you can kiss my fat ass." And Carter says, "It'd take me all day to kiss your fat ass."
I'm glad you brought that scene up because that dude liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
The whole like, you want me to touch that so you can frame me? And why would I try and trick you twice?
I ain't touching that.
I like that.
I got nothing to do with that. Oh, Penn, man.
The only guy who knew his name.
Um, this is a very, very short one. Tucker says, or no, I'm sorry. Carter says, I'm Blackanese.
Well, before that, he says, "Me and him got the same mama."
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
And doesn't I think he also says like I'm one of you guys or something like that.
Me and him got the same mama.
I'm Blackanese, man. That is fine writing right there.
Yeah.
I got another Carter line. We the LAPD, we the most hated police in all the free world.
That was this movie. I had that thought earlier. I was like, was that this movie? Okay, thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, got you.
Oh man, I love sometimes movies just really dump on the LAPD.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember Con Air?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Or no, it's not. It wasn't LAPD though. It was it's DEA. I'm DEA. You know what that means? Yeah, you're the crookedest person on this plane. Oh, Dave Chappelle.
I have another one. It's from Tucker. It's also my name. And he goes,
Yeah.
I've been looking for your sweet and sour chicken ass.
Yep.
So good.
That was my last one.
Was it?
Yeah.
You took my second to last one.
That's fine. I mean, it's gonna, it's bound to happen.
Yeah. I'm glad that we wrote down pretty much all the same quotes.
I got one more.
Sure.
It's recycled in Rush Hour 2, but it's I'm Michael Jackson, you're Tito.
Oh,
I think he says I own your ass afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Oh wait, doesn't he say something like, "Oh, I'm trying to get a ticket to Never Neverland" or something like that?
no, he never references Neverland Ranch.
No.
Oh no, Carter does.
Does he?
He was asking someone for a ticket or something.
Oh, when he's talking to Stucky, maybe when he's looking for the stars from the map of the stars.
Yes, that's what it was.
Mm.
Somehow Michael Jackson's Neverland
Ranch.
Neverland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Matt, I remember things.
All right.
Ready to wrap this one up, guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Who won the movie?
I'll go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go reverse order of what we did for.
I mean, yeah, Rush Hour it's such a funny movie, and as we were laughing, probably 3/4 of our discussion today, so it's just awesome. As far as who won, ho boy. I don't even know if I have an honorable mention on this one. No, I guess honorable mention I'll give to choreography, but the winner. And I rarely do this, but I have to do it's a duo. It's Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan for sure. I can't divide them. They each brought their own special flavor to this one.
They are the yin and the yang to each other.
Yeah.
It's a good way to say it.
I'll go next. I do want to watch the rest of these movies, so I'll watch 2 and 3. Again, it'll be first watches. Wait. Oh, I have next pick, so I'm not picking the second one.
I'm gonna series it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll wait. Hey, but if I see a Leaving Soon on Netflix, I'll
Then go. That's fair.
I'm not waiting for that. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I'm glad I got to really watch it in its full entirety. So I'm really glad I got this one into my mind library of movies. But yeah, I have to agree with you, Brian. I was thinking one over the other for who wins it, but I'm gonna say the duo as well. Um, and for different reasons, because I was gonna say Chris Tucker wins it because of his comedic, gold. But then it's like Jackie Chan wins it for um his choreography stunt
Yeah.
gold. It's like they're both so equal in their greatness, I guess. So yeah, the duo wins it for me.
Okay. I'm not gonna drag out my answer. It's definitely the duo. Like Rush Hour is nothing without Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Like they make this movie. I will say that my runner up, shout out, whatever, I'm gonna give to Brett Ratner. Because I feel like as the director and the fact that he's directed the second and third movies as well, that it's kind of part of his creation as well. Like it's his vision with these guys. So shout out to him for his contributions and everything like that. But no, this movie is nothing without Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. And before I hand it off to you, Jen, for your Who Won the Movie, I do want to say that there is a Rush Hour 4 in development. So at some point, we may get a fourth movie.
Wow.
Is it with the crew?
The only thing IMDb is showing as far as cast is just Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. It doesn't even have a director connected to it right now. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Well, that's fine.
It's very
As long
much
as we
in
know that,
development from
yeah.
what I can tell. Very much in development.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's exciting. Well, okay, who wins it for me? I already knew that the duo was gonna win, like it's gonna be on the gram and everything, but I'm just gonna give my shout out to Ken. Ken. Just because he does have such a strong presence, and I always remember him, and with how, like, he's not really in this movie a lot, especially with those two shining. The fact that I can remember him, I mean, that's got to count for something. So I give it to Ken. Last name.
Okay.
Leon.
Liam?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ken.
Nice. All right. Well, that officially wraps it up for Rush Hour. I think we did a great job, and kudos to those guys for the wonderful movie. Yeah, quick little applause for everybody. Woo, let's do it. Yeah.
I think it would have been cool if we had given ourselves a challenge to do all of this talk in 1 hour.
Like
yeah,
a Rush
no.
Hour.
Yeah, like a Rush Hour talk of Rush Hour.
No, I think it's impressive enough that we did the first bit of the show in about an hour or so, and then we just plowed through without taking a second break. So that was our Rush
I
Hour.
like it, honestly.
That was our Rush Hour. But you didn't get
Yeah.
ice cream.
I'm gonna get ice cream now.
Yeah, we didn't have dessert corner. Like I'm not against, pushing through and all that, but like we didn't have our dessert hour. But either
Hour?
way, I love talking.
You talked about Chinese food for like 30 minutes.
But that was
Yeah, what is
pertaining
your
to the
guys'
movie.
go-to for Chinese food? Yeah.
That was part of the movie. Anyway,
God.
that's a wrap on Rush Hour. I think this was a great chat. Nick, yeah, thank you. Nick, you have next week's pick. Do you have one ready for us?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes. Next week we are going to watch on Hulu a movie called Machete.
Ooh. Machete. Okay.
Machete.
Danny Trejo, bring it on. All right.
Danny Trejo.
Sweet. Okay, so tune in next week here on YouTube at GoodFlickas to hear us chat about Machete, streaming on Hulu. It's how I hear it. I like it because the trailer's in my head, and just they don't say machete too often, but it is Machete. So anyway, yes, streaming on Hulu. Machete we will be talking about it here on YouTube at GoodFlickas. You can give us a follow on Instagram at good.flickas. Give us a follow, give us a share. Watch some of our old movie reviews here on YouTube at GoodFlickas. Give us
Good cover.
Thanks, Jen. Now it's obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good cover. I'm gonna pull it over.
yeah. Jeez. Just let's take a look at that gaping wound I left in myself. Anyway, yeah, check out some of our old videos on YouTube at GoodFlickas. Give us a like, give us a follow, hit that bell, subscribe, and you can always send us an email at goodflickas2020@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing and give us some advice, or just tell us that you love everything and we shouldn't change a single thing that we do, except for play more of Nick's fun fact songs. But other than that, tune in next week. And I think that's it for me. Brian, why don't you close us out?
Sure. Friends, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this one. And be sure to come back to YouTube Live at 6 p.m. where GoodFlickas can promise that you may or may not understand the words that are coming out of our mouths. Why did I do it in that tone?
So we can all have one final laugh. That's why, Brian.
God, what am I announcing? A horse race?
Hey, Sparky wins the race.
And they're rounding the first corner. Oh, and there's Sparky coming up on the rear.
Suspended.
Move your blooming arse.
Yeah. Come on, Dover.
Come on, Dover.
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, I love us. All right. I'm just going to hit the theme song. This is a fun way to go out. Tune in next week. Love you guys.
That was like a horse race announcer paired with like a 1940s news reporter.